Go. Welcome to Cepheus Lite Pre-Unification. This is a game set in the year 2220, about roughly 200 years in the future. It is January 1st, New Year's Eve, as of right now, New Year's Day of 2220. This is a near-Earth game. We're using the Cepheus Lite Traveler Derivative rule set with some slight tweaks. Right now, all of you have mustered out of your various services. You are on Luna. Luna is the Earth's moon. It is an international it is a very highly populated, highly industrial world, and there's billions of people that live on the moon today in 2220. All of the industry that used to take place on Earth is now moved to the moon. And it is part of a United Nations world. I will read those stats to you. You can probably find them because you do have the listing. There's a Class A starport. Luna is about 2,000 miles in diameter. Of course, there is no atmosphere and there is no standing hydrographics. There are ice craters in the dark craters that have been utilized, and ice mining from the outer system. Chunks of ice are sent in. There's billions of inhabitants. It's a balkanized world with a law level of 5. It's considered high tech at B. The B is 11, at a tech level 11, because it's near Earth. All of you have been offered a job, and you've been brought on board as bounty hunters. You're offered double the regular salary for each of your positions, and you're offered a commission if you can capture the people that they want you to hunt. So think of Killjoys. The theme is slightly Killjoy, the television series Killjoy. The man you see on the screen, you're all in a room in a lobby. You're in Tycho City, which is the main starport, and this is called the Rack. It's a takeoff of Killjoy. At least this part of it is. The Requisition and Acquisition Company, also known as the Company. And you're all sitting in this room together. You've just met each other for the first time. You applied for a piloting job, Skunk. You're looking for a science medical job, and you're a Merc gunner looking for work, Nathan. Noah. Oh, so we have Noah and Jimmy and Takahama. Or Tak. So you guys are sitting in this room, and this man walks in, the man you see on the screen, and he goes, "How you doing? My name is Ronald Gennard. And I am here to see if you're interested in a position. So what we would need you to do is we have a bounty, and we want you to join the Rack. Are you interested in joining? We're in pursuit of someone that we would..."
Would this take me to different places with your wonderful new things to discover?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So we have a pilot. You have pilot qualifications, and we sought you out. We need a gunner, we need a Merc, and we need a science officer and a medic. And from what I understand, Takahama, you also understand the underworld a little bit. And you have associated with some of the underworld from what I've looked into, which is also going to be very important for what we need you to do. It says if you're all interested in taking the job, just say yay, and we'll get started.
Yay.
Yay. So it says yay. So welcome on board with the welcome on board to the company. It says what I have for you is we're in pursuit of a man. His name is Stanley Toro. I'm going to remove this image now. Delete. Boom. Let's see if we can pull this image up. Show to players. Stanley Toro. Do you see this image? Pulling up?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Could be loading.
Okay. All right. Did you get? As soon as that image is up, Stanley Toro is an elite rogue hacker criminal, and he escaped a couple weeks ago. In fact, he got on a liner with an encrypted, forged identity and a disguise, and he left he's about a couple weeks ahead of us to a week or so. So you would have to gather to leave promptly to get him. We believe he took a liner towards Madison, Wolf 359. Wolf 359 is 3 parsecs away. So that would be 2 jumps with the fastest ship, a jump 2. And that's where we would like to let you know what we are going to do in regards to this. Do you guys see the image of him? This is the guy they want you to capture. Wolf 359 is right down here.
Yeah.
The world is called Madison. That we believe he might be there, but you're a little bit behind him, but you're going to have to leave right away. And we have a ship for you. I'm going to load this image. Take this one down. A ship that will be yours. This is the Lady Melinda.
I'm not. Are you showing the images on Discord or on Roll20?
Roll20.
I'm not seeing them. Are you hitting show to everyone?
I see the ship.
I don't see
Do you see the ship I just dropped?
Oh, yep, got the ship.
Okay.
I see the ship, but I never saw Toro.
No, neither did I.
Okay. Show to players. You don't see that image? Hold on. I'll edit it. You'll be able to see it in a minute. Hang on. All players. Save changes. Here we go. Show to players. Now you can
Got
see
it.
it. Okay. That's the dude you're hunting. He's an elite hacker criminal. He is good. He's hacked and he's robbed accounts. He's done shit for people. He's a murderer. He is vicious. He was sentenced to serve 6 life sentences in the deep wretched prisons on Terra, on Earth. It's Earth. It's not Terra.
Yep.
But somehow he escaped. He pulled out. He pulled out and he got out of here. And we know he left. And we're in high pursuit of him. There's a high reward. The ship, and I'm going to load that right now. I'm going to edit this so you can see it. The ship is the Lady Melinda.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a regular Scout Courier, but this is a different setting. So it's the inside of it. Think of like a Scout Courier, and you can open this up, and it'll tell this. You can see what it is. It's a 100-ton streamlined Scout Courier, 4 points. It has a jump 2, which means it can cross 2 parsecs in a week. It has 2G acceleration, 34 tons of fuel, which allows it to make 2 jumps in 4 weeks endurance, a jump 2 and a jump 1. It has 1 double turret with a pulse laser and a missile rack, which Nate will be operating that if there's a need in space combat. You have 4 staterooms, so each of you has your own stateroom. Now, you don't need an engineer because it's under a 100-ton vessel, but you don't have an engineer with you. You have a pilot, a gunner, and a science officer. Do you have engineering skill,
Nope.
Steve? No.
I do.
Who does?
The pilot.
The pilot does, so you can dub as an engineer if there's an issue. Chances are you have to make that check then too. But yeah, we'll let that roll with that. There's 4 staterooms aboard here. There's 2 emergency low berths that hold 8, and there's 4 standard low berths for prisoners. One of the staterooms is also turned into a prison cell. So basically, you are bounty hunters for the company, RAC,
Yep.
Requisition and Acquisition Company. You are now hired on, and this ship is beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's like brand new. The controls, and Jump 2 is state-of-the-art now. Jump 2 was invented in 2199. So a lot of ships are still Jump 1. Jump 1 was invented around 2089. And this is 2220. The setting details are in there too if you want to look at those. So this is the ship that you have. Is there any questions? He's taking you to the dock. Ronald Gennard is taking you to the dock. And there, it's the Lady Melinda. It's a Scout Courier vessel. Totally loaded.
As bounty hunters, are we duly elected law enforcement agencies? So do we have some authority on some of these planets or no?
You'll be given a badge, and you will have some authority, yes. You will, in pursuit, but you also have to still be obliged. In other words, the company will back you, and you'll have access to our company lawyers. One of the things, too, though, is we have mail. If you're jumping from world to world, mail pays very well. So we want to take a lot of mail with us. That'll also help fund the trip. There's an expense account for your life support, and you can skim if necessary in pursuit if it takes you into the wilds. But right now, I want you to use your investigative skills. I want you to use your wit and I want you to get out there and try to find this guy. We know he's on his way, so you need to leave right away.
Right.
We need you to pack up.
So do you know the name of the ship that might have travelled between Earth and Mitchell?
Oh, that would be the Star Mayflower. That was a typical regular liner. You think of something on the lines of a subsidized liner in Classic Traveler.
Yeah.
Except it's no faster than Jump 2 because everything caps out at Jump 2.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to make a Jump 2 into empty space, like 10, 12 hex, and then one more jump to the Wolf 359 system to Madison.
As we're walking, I ask the dude, so do we have a ship's library data?
Do you have ship's library data? You have the basic stats, and you can plug into the internet of the internet that you land. You could connect to their internet grid.
Well, I'll ask the pilot as we're walking if he can plug us in before we take off, because I just want to have an idea of if we can get a hold of the manifesto for the Star Mayflower to look at personnel, equipment, gear, all that sort of stuff while they were flying.
All right. Do I need a computer roll for that? I have computer 0.
Yeah, you can do that. Or if somebody else has computer.
Well, I have computer 1, but I'm assuming the pilot is captain.
The pilot would be, he's running. Well, you're all kind of united together. So the pilot is the pilot. I suppose that he would be in charge of the ship more or less because he's piloting it and he's in the steering wheel. So that would give him, but he doesn't have like authority over you.
Yeah.
You're all a team. You know what I'm saying?
Anything to do with the ship really should go through him first.
Yes, absolutely. He's responsible for the ship.
Yay.
But you're a team.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so you can give me a pilot 0. Let me see. What is your intelligence? What's your intelligence is only a 6, so you don't get a plus there. Give me a straight 2D roll. Let's see what comes up. Now, what are you trying to do though when you give me that roll?
I'm just hooking our computer, the ship computer, up to the base computer to download information on the Mayflower.
Okay, that's an easy roll. Just give me a roll. If you fail this roll, a 6 or higher, you need 2d6. It's not a difficult task, and you just made it. So you get the information on the Mayflower.
Cool.
The Mayflower is part of a liner company. I don't have the name offhand, but it's one of your typical like subsidized liner type of vessels. So obviously, the manifesto, he went under the name Simon Johnson was what the fake name that he used. They found that out later. He snuck right past naval officers and everything. He was disguised. His disguise had him looking like an older man, gray hair, glasses. He even faked out the passports and all the codes and everything. And he went right on by. So you do know that name does match. He was on one of those staterooms. The problem is, right now he's probably still on the ship, but you're a couple weeks out, and they're in their last jump now. They probably made a jump 2, and now they're making another jump 1.
Yeah.
Before we head out, I'm going to go gather some mail for our cargo, and while I'm doing that, I would like to use Streetwise to ask around if Toro has any known contacts on Wolf.
Okay, you're going to give me a Streetwise roll. You're going to be doing some Streetwise. You're Streetwise 1. Give me a 2D plus 1. This will be more of a difficult type of task. Yeah, you can't find out anything on nothing about him, and people just seem to be silent or, I've heard the name. That's the most you heard. Yeah, I heard the name. I thought they got him. He got away? Most people didn't even know he got away. The people that you ran across thought he was still incarcerated. It's sort of like that escape from New York. Pliskin, you're still alive? I thought you were dead. You know, that type of thing. I thought you were dead. I thought he's in jail. What do you mean he's gone? So you have stricken up conversations, but you don't know anything else. Nobody seems to know anything about his contacts, and you can't peel that onion at this point.
Can I get us some cargo for the short run?
There is no cargo, but they do have mail to take you for that run, and it's already loaded. You have all the life support you need, actually, for all the staterooms for a month already. So you're loaded on life support. You guys are loaded, and Gennard wants you to go. Gennard,
All right,
Robert
wheels up in
Gennard.
5.
Huh?
Wheels up and five.
Wheels up in 5.
Good to go.
All right. Time to board, time to go, time to take off and head for jump point. You're going straight. You're on your way. Okay, you're in the controller, Skunk. It's beautiful. Everything's running fine. Nick, you're Nathan or Noah? What's his name? Noah, right?
Noah.
Yep.
Noah, you are in the turret. Now you're a gunner. So the turret has you're checking out the controls on the turret. You're a gunner 3. You don't miss. You are a badass merc. You have heavy weapons 1, so you can fire those grenade launchers. You have melee combat, gun combat, and your strength and your dexterity give you bonuses in melee combat and in gun combat.
Nice.
So you are a no fuck around kind of guy. You're kind of like the dude. What's his name in the? I can't think. The Expanse. The badass dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're of that kind of caliber. Just no screwing around.
Not so psychotic.
Just maybe not. Well, it's your own personality, so you play it.
Yeah.
You play it how you will. And
I'll just be in my room looking over the data that Skunk got me.
all right, I need you to give me a pilot roll, Skunk. Will you take off? Give me and your.
All right, I have a dexterity of 10, 11, 12, of 12, and piloting 2. So how many pluses is that?
Whoa.
You have a dexterity of 12. That's right. That would be a +4 to the roll to your 5. If we did that right, because a 12 is a is 2. If we're going to use dex, we're not using stats in space combat, but we're using stats for pretty much everything else in hand-to-hand combat. But space combat is skill only. And if we get into space combat, we may not. And we're going to see how this game goes. So, you can't really fail. Give me that roll, even if it's difficult. Let's just see what, Yeah, he takes off like butter. You're like, Jesus Christ. I don't know. You might be sitting on the bridge with him, Takahama, because it's just the 3 of you. Nate, of course, is in the turret. So you're checking out the controls in the turret. Nate, give me a gunner roll where you're going to try out your sights and stuff. I believe that's a 2d6, and you're a +3 on that one.
Okay.
And
So
+3 is a 13. That's fine. You're liking this. It's brand new. All the computers, the arrays, the targets, you've got a missile rack and a pulse laser, and you feel good about them. You're able to sight in ships that are going by. Obviously, you're not going to fire. And you're getting ready to set the course. I need you... Now, this doesn't count dex, but I need you to give me... Piloting is also navigation in Cepheus Lite. Cascade skills are eliminated. So, and you also have the engineer skill, so you're going to do an engine check. Well, at least you're going to run through the computer to check the engine, because a scout courier really doesn't need an engineer unless something goes really wrong. Then you're going to have to work on the engines. Ships 100 tons and less aren't really needed for that. So you could do the engine check. We'll do the... we're going to gear to fire up the jump drive. That's the engine check. The engines are humming along fine. And now you give me a pilot roll to set the course for the first jump, which is 2D, which is no dex, just the 2D plus your pilot skill. 2D plus 2.
Is that me?
That would be Skunk.
Okay.
7. Okay. That's not a hard task, so that's set. And then let's see. And then another straight 2D roll for the jump. Tack pops his ears.
2D plus 2 or just 2D?
Straight 2D. Let's see what you get. Okay. Yeah, you're at the 100 diameter. Bam! You're in jump space now. So you're going to be in jump space for about a week. She's humming. It's the drives and everything about it just is like crisp, brand new. I mean, this ship just came off the freaking shipyard. It's a brand new scout ship. It's just immaculate. It's still got that squeaky new car fresh smell in the hallways. It's just gorgeous. Tack is checking the ship's locker.
What's in there?
Okay, what do you find in the ship's locker is your standard stuff. And if you guys want to write this down, there are 8 standard vac suits. 8 standard vac suits. There's also 4 shotguns.
Nice.
Because 4 shotguns with 100 megs of ammo. Megs, not so. There's 4 shotguns there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, well, you got to remember they left you. There is an auto rifle with 100 megs, which nobody's got an auto rifle, but all you with gun combat know how to operate one.
Cool.
And there's a stunner.
Right.
There's 1 stunner. There is also survival, cold weather clothing, filter masks or combination masks for different atmospheres and respirators.
Yeah.
8 of those each. 8 each. You also remember you have the topless air raft too. This is similar to your classic Traveler Scout Courier. It's just a little well-rounded, and it's in this era.
So we're going
It's
to
not
name the topless air raft, guys? It's topless after all.
Haha. Yes.
Okay. All good.
Yeah.
Anything else?
And
like a med kit?
There's medical kits, mechanical kits. Yes. There's metalwork kits. There's electrical kits. All the things that you would need in a pinch. There's also some plating and some parts which you could dig in there, and you'll take an engineering or a repair roll to see if that's the right stuff's there when you need it. If you do suffer any damage.
Yeah.
But right now you have a week in hyperspace, and we'll say, is there anything you want to do during this week? We'll speed this up if you want to.
I'll just ask the guys if they don't mind if I take the stunner. For use when we capture people, blah, blah, blah.
Whatever, man. Whatever floats your boat. You can use it in the back of your own room.
No, but thank you for the offer. All good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm bored, so I'm probably going to try to find some way of etching in the word cherry bomb into the air raft.
Cherry bomb. Yeah, I can hear the song now. All right. So the week passes pretty uneventful, and you guys are geared. Huh?
Sorry, Jerry. I just wanted to go further into the details of the information on the people in the Star Mayfair. Just trying to profile them a little bit, if I can, and see who might be the most likely contacts he would use.
Based on what you're seeing, it looks like he was a lone shark, and he's probably staying disguised the whole way on. What you do notice, though, is he's a smooth talker, and there is a very attractive woman who is an entertainer type that was on there, and you, based on what you have on his profile, you think he may be interested in striking up some kind of
what's her name?
Engagement with her. Sandra Rogan.
Right. Cool.
And she is smoking. I mean, smoking. And yeah.
Okay, that's what he might have very well put her out. I'll just tell my 2 comrades in arms, just this little bit of information that I might be onto something, might be totally wrong, but I think if he's not obvious when we land on Mitchell, then we should see if we can find this Sandra Rogan woman and see if she knows anything.
Okay.
That's me for the week.
Well, I've got animal handling 0, so this will go well.
Animal handling 0, hey? Ah. Yeah. All right. So now we're going to come out of jump, and we need another engineering check and another pilot roll to re-engage the jump. You're in the middle of interstellar space. I mean, if your jump drive broke right now, you would be seriously screwed. Very seriously screwed. You are light years from the Earth, about 6-7 light years in the middle of interstellar space. You're in hex 1012 right here. Each hex, Nate, is 3.26 light years. It's 1 parsec. Space is flattened out for game simplicity. And this is called a subsector. The subsector is Earth Prime. It's Sol Prime. Sol is our sun and solar system.
Okay.
Okay. So that's where you are right now. You're on hex 1012. You've come out of jump. You're in the middle of interstellar space. Is anybody interested in doing anything? Oh, by the way, computers is also sensors.
Well, I'll check on the sensors then.
You have computer 1?
Right. 8 intelligence, so I don't think that adds anything.
That doesn't add anything, no. And your sensors, I believe, the Lady Melinda, there's no minus on that, so give me you can get a sensor roll and see 10. What you roll. 2D plus 1.
Just a 10.
You did a 10. Oh, yeah. You pick up a whole lot of beautiful nothingness.
Oh, wow. Guys, you're really interested in nothing here.
There's the reach. I mean, absolutely nothing. Infinite interstellar space.
Noah swivels to face off with nothing.
You're very confident on the nothingness that you're correct with that nothingness.
Shoot at the nothingness just to make sure it's not going to jump on us. I inform them that we've got some prime space real estate here, guys. Nothing has touched this area. Nothing.
Well, we could come back here and build a space station later on.
We could sell it to somebody. Okay, with that wonderful piece of knowledge, I go back to reading my books and see if I can't work out something else to track this.
Okay, and now it would be up to Skunk to fire up the drives. And to reap. This one's a little more important because now you're aiming for Madison. You're looking at the star and trying to coordinate for the planet Madison.
All right, so I rolled an engineer check of 9.
All right.
Okay, engines are fine. Pilot roll. Give me a straight pilot roll and then a straight 2d6.
I'm sorry. That was a +2 piloting.
That's fine. That's you got 2. That's the way it's supposed to be. Then do me a straight 2d6 after that roll. That's good. The course is set. Now let's see what you got for the straight 2d6. And that's really beautiful. The drives fire right back up. You just burned 20 tons of fuel, and now you're burning the last 10 tons on the last parsec. So here we go. We have another week in jump space before we come out on Madison.
Does the ship require maintenance while we're in jump space?
No, but you can check over the drives, and you can check out over a lot of the details if you'd like to. I'll give you a diagram of the ship if I can... let me see if I can find an image here.
Have you customized the cockpit yet, pilot? Skunk?
What? What did you say, sir?
Have you customized the cockpit yet?
Yeah, I hung up my plastic Jesus.
Excellent.
He's got the plastic Jesus up there. All right. Okay, cool.
Note to self, get the Hawaiian bubble dancer.
Hawaiian bobble dancers. Okay. Shoot, I was looking for something.
And a poster of the Scorpions.
Maybe we could boil it down to like a repair roll to do like preventative maintenance on the ship.
Yeah.
This guy's all about work.
Okay, I'm going to copy this. All right. I think I'm working on here. Give me 1 second, gentlemen. I have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
If it'll work.
Just drinking some coffee over here.
Me too. I worked 12 hours, just a heads up to you guys. So, yeah, this
I'd offer you one.
I had to...
Jerry, but I know you can't drink it. LaCroix
What?
whiskey.
Yeah, I don't drink. I'm sober.
So cool.
But that's okay.
Yeah, I don't drink so much anymore either.
Yeah.
Every once in a great while.
That's the way to be, mate. All right. I am going to change something here. Boom. Okay, this gives you a feel of what your ship looks like, more or less. Kind of, sort of. Except it's a little. It's not. It's more well-rounded. Can you see that now? Did I change the display?
Yep.
Okay, for now, temporarily, this is the inside of your ship, more or less. The only difference would be is that the stateroom here. This is just a rough idea. The fresher, that would be this area I'm pinging on.
Mm-hmm.
You actually have one of those in each of the room, and you don't have like the full size bed here, or you have like bunk beds.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the rooms is set up as a prison. So you could say like this is the pilot's room. You can take whatever rooms you want. Here's the engineering. Okay. And one of them over here could be the prison room, prisoner's room. Yeah. Well, imagine the bunk. Yeah, imagine the bunks aren't there, and imagine the freshers are in each of the room. You each have your own bathroom, shower type of setup in each of the staterooms. Okay. And then this is your common area and your lounge, where you spend most of your time. Back here it was also a medical area, and this is where all the low berths are, where I'm pinging. And then here's your air rack. Now, this is not your regular wedge. It's a little bit more well-rounded, like the image that I attached. But this is where you are right now, the ship. You're aboard the Lady Melinda. So from here, we can go.
Where's cargo go?
Cargo goes underneath, actually. There's an underneath bay here. That's where the mail and the cargo are. This would be the top. This is the turret, would be up here. So Nate would go up this hatchway up, and then here's the gunner control in the turret, which is on the top. Gotcha. The cargo bay is underneath.
Sorry, Drew, what's all this space here then?
That's excess space, you could say, and it kind of swoops down like an attic. Okay. Life support and various stuff can fit up in there. And the rest of it can be all fuel, because it's really steep like an attic, because it stoops down.
Well, I mean, we can... Good place for small package hiding. If we could get some false panels.
Mm.
I put the other image here to give you a feel for it. Just remember, it's a little more well-rounded like this, but the inside is roughly the same. This is your turret. Yeah. But the turret is actually showing the guns. The gear and the guns is actually sticking out. Your pulse laser and the missile ejector hole, the ejector gun with the missiles fly out of, is hanging out there. So you have those two gun apparatuses actually protruding out of that top.
Well, doing some inspection and equipment pre-inspection and preventative maintenance would be cool. And then maybe looking over sensor data would also be cool as well.
Okay. And let me look at your skills here. You have repair skill. You also have piloting 1 if need be. You have melee combat driving. So you can use your repair skill to check things out, but you're not an engineer. This is a little different than engineering. The only person who has the engineering skills is our pilot.
Yep.
But you could use your repair skills and your piloting skills to get a sense about it. Give me a repair roll, 2d6. Give me a 2d6 plus 1. Let's see what you roll up with. 7 plus 1 is 8, which is a success. There's nothing to maintain, man. There ain't nothing. You don't need to worry about maintenance for a year on this bad boy. The drives, the filters seem to be clean and fresh. You're running refined fuel. I mean, this thing... You can tell very solidly that this thing is good.
So diagnostics come back clean and all that?
Diagnostics based on your abilities come out clean. Everything on it comes out solid and gorgeous. I mean, it's brand new. So Tack, you're checking out the cell. This is the last. The cell is an average stateroom, but it has manual locks on the outside and extra security. So it has some bolt locks.
What I'm looking for is obvious pieces that he can break free and use against us. If we decide to put him in this room as opposed to the low berth. I'm thinking.
Well, the safest place to put him is in a regular low berth. That's usually what you do. And you have 4 of those just for this. This ship was designed to haul 5-ton allotments of mail, and it's a bounty hunter acquisition vessel. It's a regular scout courier, but it's been modified slightly for those needs. Now, you're going to need to give me a roll to check on that. And let's see. Sciences, intelligence is 8. What skill should we fall that under? Give me a sciences roll, just your science and your give me.
Nope. But I'll tell the others what I'm doing, just so they know where my thinking.
Basically, everything looks tip-toe. You're pretty sure if he's locked in there, he'll be locked in. It's a solid locked cell.
And
you can shift it and turn it back into a stateroom temporarily if you wanted to.
No.
Just not have it locked and have the door open.
He shouldn't have got out of the solar system, but he did. So he's a canny guy. So I think the safest way to go with this guy is just put him in a low berth and not let him talk to any of us. Sorry, this is more of a background question than anything else. Is Psionics part of this game?
Not that you're aware of.
No. Okay, so I'm not aware of Psionics. Okay, that's cool. It would be pointless asking for a Psionic shield.
They could exist, but psionics. The only thing you know about psionics is the Greys. If you look at the history, the Greys are real, and their hybrids are real, and they're known to be highly psionic.
So has humankind developed psi shields?
Has humankind developed psi shields? Yes, they have. They have developed psi shields, and they're effective against the Greys and the hybrids when it comes to telepathic. But psionics is rare, and the Greys and the hybrids are very rarely ever seen. The Greys are in a red zone district of 3 systems, and that's 20. That's quite a few parsecs rimward trailing of this subsector. So the Greys, if you see the Greys, they're usually with if you see them in a starport, they're usually with high-end military people, with UN officials or high-end military people. Otherwise, they mostly do their own exploratory stuff, and they usually mind their own business in their specific district. But they are united with. They are members in a list with the United Nations at this point in history. So the only 2 species that exist in this setting are the well, you don't know of those yet. You haven't encountered the insectoids, the insectans, and think of Starship Troopers, sort of, kind of, a little different. They're also trailing spinward of this region of space. They've been met by humanity, and there's friction between humanity and them, but there hasn't been a war or a conflict with them as of yet. But they do tend to mind their own business, and they're in that area of space. And humanity just kind of, there's like a buffer zone there. So that's a ways away. Remember, you're still in Sol Prime. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Any questions? Skunk, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good? Do you have any questions on the setting or anything you're doing in the meantime?
I'm fine.
Okay, so we're about ready to exit jump then. Mm-hmm. Where's everybody positioned, and what are you doing? We're going to be.
I'm going to put on the back suit and sit in the cockpit. So I don't know what the hell to expect.
Okay. And Nate?
Noah's in his cloth armor. He's up in the turret. He's keeping a close eye on everything.
Okay.
You should put your vac suit on.
Okay.
You do have vac suits standard. You're going to put vac suits on in case you need to depressurize. If there is a combat situation, so that's why you're preparing way ahead of time.
Right.
Okay. Alrighty then.
Well, don't pirates normally hang out at the coming out of jump distance?
They can. Yeah, they absolutely can. That's true. All right, we are coming out of jump. I'm going to change the picture back to the space map, and I'm gonna
I'll do a sensor
boom.
sweep.
You just come out of jump. Bam! Hang on a second. I'm gonna pull up. I have to pull up my information. Setting. So prime. Oh, where did it go? All right, here we go. Okay, you come on at about the regular 100 diameter sensor scan. Steve, did you run that?
11.
You rolled an 11. You pick up regular traffic. There are a few traders and a few vessels. It doesn't seem like anything's hostile. No one seems to have shifted courses with your appearance out of jump drive. They are all quite a distance away, and their vectors have not changed. So you keep on watching.
Yeah.
You're honing in on the world Madison. The world's name is Madison. It's a United States North American allegiance. It also has a United Nations presence. It's a non-industrial temperate world. It has a Class B starport, good quality installation, refined fuels available, and construction of non-starships and regular spacecraft. It is 5,000 miles in diameter. It's bigger than Mars, but smaller than Earth. Earth is 8,000, is a size 8. Mm-hmm. Mars would be a 4,000. Mm-hmm. So it's 5,000 miles in diameter. The gravity would probably be like 50, 60% of Earth's. Mm-hmm. The atmosphere of Madison is 7, which is standard tainted. You need respirators, filter masks. Otherwise, there's toxins in the air that'll make you sick and gag, and over a period of a few minutes will kill you. If you're exposed to it without a cleaning, it's toxic to you for any length of time in the regular outdoors. The planet is also, reading the list, it's 60% hydrographics and water bodies. There are millions of inhabitants on the world. It has a representative democracy similar to the United States. It is but it's its own entity and its own land continents that are sort of like states, and it all works kind of the same type of setup, except for maybe a few multiple parties instead of 2. That whole dynamic has changed. A little more democratic than our current government. And the law level is 4, which means that light assault weapons are prohibited. So the heavy-duty assault weapons you can't carry, but you can carry your auto pistols and other weapons. High-end military type weapons you can't carry. Laser weapons too you couldn't carry.
Okay.
And the tech level?
And the tech level is 10. It's close. It's interstellar. But it's not the top 11. It's just a hair under that.
Yeah.
So the world is there, and the Madison starport there's a ground port and a high port. And you're on your way in. It's going to you have a 2G acceleration, so it would take you size 5. I think it's going to take you a couple hours to get there.
Any gas giants?
I don't know what that. Is there gas giants? Yes. There is no, there is no gas giant.
Okay.
Nope. There actually. Wait a minute. There is. It just isn't on this list. If you look at the little peg, some reason I didn't add it to the list.
Yeah.
There is a gas giant. There's a gas giant, and it is here, Wolf 359. There's a gas giant, and it's an M6V star, so it's a small, like a red dwarf. It's a red star. So the world Madison is close to it, and Madison is not tidally locked, but it has a slow, long day. The day is more like it's like 80 hours day, yeah, and 80 hours night. And it doesn't have an axial tilt either. It orbits at the same rate, so it's always fall northern hemispheres, and it's always summer in the lower hemispheres. And the gas giant is out. I would say that Madison is roughly like 0.2, 0.3 AU away from the star. It's real close because it's a red dwarf. It doesn't put off enough heat, so it's in the habitable zone. And the gas giant, and then there's a couple dead rocky worlds, is only like 3 AU out from that dwarf. It's not far at all. It's a small system.
Yeah.
So you're on your way in. Is there anything you're going to do? You're piloting your way in?
Well, as long as Skunk doesn't mind, I'm going to try to set up links to get access to their database as soon as possible. Obviously, we can't do it this far out, but like perhaps when we're in low Earth orbit or something, I can start achieving some data to find out when the star Mayfair docked and if anyone got off and anything like that.
Okay. Well, right now you're not plugged into the network yet. You'll be able to figure out that when you land. But right now, Skunk, is there anything you're doing right now?
Just piloting.
Just piloting in. Okay, you get a beacon. Beacon, this is Madison Space Ground Patrol. Please identify yourselves and give us your coordinates and your mission here. So
Lady Melinda, mail run.
Lady Melinda, mail run. Okay, welcome, Lady Melinda. What is the corporation that you are part of? Who are you with? Mail, is this the Scout Service or?
This is Worth Rack.
Oh, okay. You're with RAC, Requisition and Acquisition Company. Right away, sir. Follow this vector, follow this course, and we'll put you down on Bay 13 on the ground port. Is there any way we can help you? Any data we could transfer to you, sir? All of a sudden, she's calling you, sir.
I'll give them a knock on the
I say that we gotta, if they can hook us up with their computer, we'll do the data retrieval on our end.
We can hook you up with a virtual link if you have somebody that has computer abilities to get that connection. We can send that link. Give me a computer roll to see if you can connect virtually, like through radio waves with their computer link.
Yeah.
TAC.
Come on. Yes.
Oh yeah, so you're in.
Good.
You're in. The Mayflower arrived a week ago, and everybody exited as far as you can see. The passenger, the passengers that have exited and boarded are different. So this Sandra Rogan has left. You asking for security camera information? Did you see if you can?
First of all, is whether or not Simon Johnson went through customs.
Okay. Let's see if you can
leave the ship, or did he get back on under a different guise? That's what I'm looking at.
As far as you can tell, Simon Johnson left the ship, and he did not go back on the ship.
So he went.
The name Simon Johnson. Yeah. You don't have the video or the camera to really see who did what or where.
But there's some sort of record that a Simon Johnson went through customs.
Yes, cool. Simon Johnson did go through customs. Oh. He would be believed to be at the world or on the starport.
Yeah.
As far as you know.
Yeah. But that's okay. At least we know he's not jumped back on the ship and jumped again.
Unless he went in on another name.
Possibly.
Search the.
But we're all assumption at the moment is that he's gone and he's entered the world. So that's where we need to go.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to know, guys, while I'm in the system? Noah?
I don't think so.
Well,
I can't think of anything.
Okay. So Can I run a wider search through this virtual net to see
Yeah.
where Simon Johnson may have booked rooms for himself or used his credit card, if that's what he's used, or if he's left it. Well, no, it's probably too smart for an electronic copy. Yeah, let's see if he's booked himself into any hotel or hostel or motel or anything. I'll be searching for any record of him on the other side of customs, basically.
You do get a call back and say, if you want to, you're with the rack. Can you give me your rack identification code, please?
Look at my badge and give the number.
Oh, that would be in the computer too, and you could actually Skunk could run that through too, because you could. Yeah, so just tell me that if you did or not, and then once you do that, they say actually we have access to the camera systems if you want to see the people who've left and who've boarded. You can watch that on your way into system.
Sure.
Since you have your rack identification, we're more than willing to cooperate. So obviously, there's a fugitive you're in pursuit. Your rack agents.
And I'll type her off saying that I'd like her. That would be great and helpful if she could find out if a Simon Johnson who left the Star Mayflower on such and such a date passed through customs on such and such a date. If they could find out through their various planet-wide net if there's any electronic record of him appearing anywhere on system on planet.
I'll get back to you. She's talking over the comms. Well, I'll get back to you on that promptly.
Right.
This is a secure channel now. You're with the rack, so we're talking. You're getting closer and closer into system. Mm-hmm. So you're about. This is over a period of a few hours at full 2G acceleration, and now you're decelerating on to the planet.
Cool.
So we would need a pilot roll just to land on the planet. And are you viewing? In the meantime, and Nate, you could see this stuff over your turret, or you could go down to the bridge if you'd like to.
I'll feed it through.
No, I'm just hanging out my turret.
Yeah. Okay.
As long as he's happy for me to feed it through his monitor. Right?
Beautiful. Actually, you get your decks on top of that. Unbelievable! You guys are blown away by the Skunk dude. He pilots like cutting butter on bread. You didn't even feel entering the atmosphere of the clouds, and this is a strange world. I mean, there's flora and fauna here, but it's kind of misty and reddish, and the plant life is strange. There is no intelligent species except for, of course, humanity that's come across the void to populate this planet. Yeah, but there are animals, and there is quite a diverse flora and fauna that breathe this toxic air as natural. That'll kill you if you don't have your respirators on.
If I have any time, I'll investigate all of that biology.
I was just thinking, the problem with electronic records of tracking this guy is that he's a hacker extraordinaire.
Yeah.
He might be doctoring his back trail. So, we should keep in mind that maybe he's doing the opposite of what we have him recorded doing.
Yeah. Well, then we'll be definitely looking at least two different directions at the same time. That's all cool. I'll also be applying my computer skill to see if any of the files or anything that I've received have been doctored in any way.
Have you checked any of the cameras? May I ask? Have you reviewed the camera footage of the people boarding and exiting?
We're looking at it as we go in.
Okay.
Is there any stage, does it like put a circle around him as he leaves? I know it'll probably be blurry.
You'll have to spot him. You do have the identity because you've seen he's dressed as an old man. Mm-hmm. He's hardly recognizable. Gray slicked back. His hair's different. Gray, like round glasses, white beard. He's made up quite well. Mm-hmm. But what you do see is he exits. Hang on, if I can find this image. Oh, I can't find what I was looking. Damn it!
I need to look up deception skills. I've got it.
What's that?
I've got deception, so I want to see if I can use it to actually detect deception.
Ah.
I'll find it.
You have the PDF. You can look that up. That can also include forgery and stuff too, because of the no cascade skills. But you're absolutely right, though. Let's see, what do we have here? I'm uploading. There we go. In a minute. What you do see is Simon Johnson is exiting the ship, but he's exiting the ship, and this image, I don't know, why is it taking so long to load? Jesus. It may take a few minutes depending on the speed of your connection. God, this should just drop easy. But anyway, here it goes. That's why, because it's a huge image. I got to shrink it down.
This would be Sandra Rogan, would it?
This is Sandra Rogan. And he is exited with Sandra Rogan on his arms. And obviously, he's wearing a $500 suit, like top of the line modern Italian suit. You notice he has a briefcase, and this is and he's going by the name Simon Johnson.
Yeah,
and right, that's the name we said he's going by. And obviously, she looks like she's looking through the camera. You see him leave with her, and she's looking at him googly-eyed, like he totally has her whipped or deceived her, or somehow he hooked up with her. Your impression is that he may have hooked up with her on board the Mayflower, on board the ship on his way across.
May have, but then we have no data to see whether or not they were in cahoots together beforehand.
No, at this point you don't, but you can tell. I mean, your own common sense. If any of you guys looking at the video says, "Whoa, Sandra's," she's really seems she has her arm around his arm, and the other hand shoulder as he's exiting, and he's laughing and grinning as he walks off with her, and like he's already playing the part, and he doesn't look like his facial expression. He looks up at the camera, and it's like he smirks. He smirks and he smiles, and he stops and he hesitates to look at the camera a little bit, and he winks at the camera as he walks on by with her. And you pick up on that, like it's a big fuck you. It's like, I'm out now. You ain't getting me type of look. That wink. You can replay that over and over. Her staring at him, one arm wrapped around him, the other hand touching him. This gorgeous blonde entertainer, and he's exited the ship.
I'll add her name. Excuse me. I'll add her name to the request to the woman that I'm speaking to see where she has appeared electronically anywhere.
She's at the Hyatt Regency Estates at the Starport City town. Madison City is what it's called. And she's in the city, and the buildings are all outside. People just wear respirators all the time. Right. It's kind of like COVID, where you got to put on your little plastic masks, but you have to put your respirators on. It's temperate. So going outside and driving and everything is natural and normal. But people are wearing their respirators. Yep. And when they go into buildings, there's always like a airlock vacuum thing then. And there are some underground tunnels and subways, and it's pretty modern here. But she is checked in at the Hyatt Regency, and she hasn't checked out, as far as you're aware.
On my Omni comp of places we need to check out, people need to check out, and if I've got locations, I'll add that to the list. So the guys, and I'll share it with them.
So she's still checked in based on the information that you got. Good. She's still checked into the Hyatt.
I'll remind this woman we do not need to alert her to the fact that we're putting on our list. Thank you very much.
Okay, that she says no problem. I tightly with the rack, and your rack agents. You've given me your transponder codes. They check out good. Whoever you're after will help you in any way we can. The authorities will gladly help you. You think of yourselves, you're like special agents, but you work for a company. Mm-hmm. So the FBI and the general authorities, you kind of have like a UN badge. You still sort of have to follow the law or let them know what you're doing, but you can potentially get away with carrying things that other people can't. Yep. But you have to research that a little.
Yeah. Well, I'm just
So
looking at that stuff, waiting to get on the planet.
You're landed. You landed already. You're docked. You're in a dock. The pressure's the same inside and out, but when you exit, you have to go through the airlock cycle, and you need to be wearing
Okay.
because of the toxins. You need to be wearing your respirators
I'll
and
get
your
up out of
masks.
the chair and pat Skunk on the shoulder, saying, "You smooth. Shall we leave?"
I'm going to tell those guys to go on ahead. I'm going to refuel the ship so she's ready to go at a moment's notice, and I'm going to take care of the mail.
Okay.
Well, I'll wait.
Okay.
And then I'll follow right behind you.
Okay.
But I'm going to get the ship ready in case we need to take off again.
So then Noah and Tack are exiting first. What are you guys wearing, and what are you carrying with you?
I'll be wearing my reflecting cloth armor. I'll have my nunchucks. I'll have my auto pistol. I'll have my Omnicom, multi-scanner.
We'll assume you all have your Omnicoms and they're linked together. There is a network here, so those phones will automatically find their routing and work here.
Yep.
Yeah, because this is a modern planet. There are cities and there are people here.
And I've got 4 spare mags.
Okay. Yeah, and all automatic weapons are illegal. Like it's kind of like Colorado, man, in a way. You can get away with holstering the fuck out of some pistols or have a shotgun or a rifle in your rack in the back of your truck or whatever. I mean, it's
in or out.
Yeah. It's sort of like northern Wisconsin too, like Minocqua.
So
yeah.
It is.
Sorry, you go.
What did someone ask?
I'm just making a joke about carrying guns.
Oh no, I want to get my conceal and carry. I haven't bothered yet, but my dad and my dad's friends all do, and all the people I hang out with do.
Yeah.
I don't want to bother with a concealed carry. I open carry in the mountains because I'm where I live. I mean, I'm in Rye, which is on the borderline of the San Isabel National Forest, and no mountain lion or bear is going to mess with me. I got a 45 M&P shield, and with hollow points, it'll put a big hole in something. It's a really nice little gun.
Does my auto pistol meet the requirements, or is it illegal?
The pistol's fine, and you're a rack member. There's not an issue. As you exit, they say, "Oh, you show them your identification." Yep. Do you need to carry anything else? Will you need anything else? But if you do, you need to be wearing long coats to keep it concealed.
So I'm liking this job.
So once you go in there, they say, "Is there something else you'd like to take along?" But you'd have to wear like long coats.
Yeah, I don't know about
Noah? Noah's a merc. Do you want to take something else along with you, Noah? But you'd have to wear like a trench coat and keep it concealed in your coat.
I was wanting to take along like the auto pistol, wearing the cloth armor, 4 extra mags, and the heavy hammer.
The heavy hammer, the war hammer. You do have the strength for it too, I think. Where you go? Yeah, you do. You get a bonus to that. So we'll say you got the hammer on your back. You got a war hammer on your back, which looks weird, but he has a war hammer. And it's a battle bludgeoning weapon. And we'll say you have your pistols on your side, and you're good with what you have. Cloth, reflect, cloth. And you're exiting the ship, and on board the ship in the meantime, we'll say you just entered the starport, and I'm gonna revert back to Skunk, Jimmy Skunk, and Skunk has just exited the mail. They come and take the mail, and they say, "Sir, okay." They notice right away. One of the things you notice, because you give your rack identification, you have mail priority. Part of the way that the rack funds itself is they have priority with the scouts to transfer mail. Oh, obviously, sir, you don't know where you're going next yet, but as soon as you do, please let us know, and we'll give you the first lot of mail to go there. And here's the documentation for your employer. None of the money exchanges with you. It exchanges with the starport computer, but each lot of mail pays about $25,000 or so per parsec. So the rack computer, which you don't have access to that, outside of your salaries or your needs or special needs, just swallowed up 75,000 credits electronically in that system for the company, for the mail that's transferred. But obviously, you don't know where you're going next. But when you do, one phone call, they'll get you the mail as fast as they can for that next destination.
All right, well, I'm going to fuel her up too.
Okay, you do have like a credit card with the company to fuel it up, and you can get refined fuel here, so I'm sure you capped it off. You burned 32 tons. You only had 2 tons left because it's a ton a week, and you had 2 weeks in jump. So they are filling it up with refined fuel right now, and it'll be capped off full of fuel. So you could catch up with the rest of the boys if you'd like. And then
I do. I take my machete, my spiked knuckles, my stun prod, an auto pistol, and a stunner.
Okay. And what kind of armor did you say you're wearing?
I wear cloth and reflect.
Okay. All right. Absolutely. So you guys remember those weapons you have along. So now you're out into the city. You're in the starport area, which is connected to the city, and the law is the same in the starport as the city. People are open carrying all the time. It is still kind of frontierish, even though there's millions of people here in established cities. This is only, 131 years after the first discovery of jump drive. So these colonization efforts are pretty fresh. And this is a North American United States allegiant world.
Oh, yeah.
The setting data is there if you want to glance at it.
Yeah.
It's in the handouts.
Okay, no. I'll turn to Noah and say, as a merc, where would you go if you wanted to sort of hold up? Or do you think this guy's so arrogant that he's just going to be out and about?
Honestly, I think we ought to check around the cantina type areas, see if we can get a lead on him with the local underworld.
Okay. So
I think hubris is going to be this guy's weakness. I think we're gonna. He's too proud of himself. I think we're gonna catch him that way. I being arrogant myself, I can smell it on him.
Okay, so we've got a bloodhound over here. Excellent. Use that nose well. I'll just print off a couple of pictures out of my little quarter-comp or omnicomp, whatever it's called, just to give to each of my fellow teammates, and we'll sort of canvass the area saying, have you seen this man? If everyone's happy to do that.
Do you have pictures of him as Simon Johnson or as
Johnson.
You have pictures of him as Simon Johnson
from the computer.
Okay. And where are you going to go? You do realize the underworld type of areas.
Cantina type areas. The bars and pubs.
Oh, the bars and the pubs type of areas. Yeah. The classy ones or the lower?
Let's start with the ones in the middle, and then perhaps if we're not too rough, work our way up.
I think that we should. I disagree. I think we should start at the top and work our way down. He's wearing a $500 suit. He thinks he's top shit. He ain't gonna go less than that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Well, you also do know. You do check the listings, and Sandra Rogan is still checked into the Hyatt. She's still at the Hyatt right now, as you speak.
Can I get her contact number?
You could a contact number for her room, or you want to?
Well, actually, first of all, for the hotel.
Yes, you can get the number for the hotel. You can call them.
What I'm going to suggest, gentlemen, is that we contact the hotel and just ascertain whether she's staying with a friend there, and if she does, if they are actually in the actual room at the moment. Everyone happy with that?
Okay, you contact that, and they say.
I want to know if my compatriots are happy with me doing that, because I could be showing our hand very quickly here if we're not careful.
I feel like we should just head over there and then check it in person, and then go from there.
We'll do that then. We'll move over that way.
You guys can you can take your air raft out and fly it around. It is a ways across town, but your air raft is acceptable to fly if you treat it as a car. I mean, in the city, you have to stay at hover distance, like 2 feet off the ground. You can't fly it like an air car. You have to treat it like a car. And you can take the roads to the Hyatt Regency, which is in the downtown part of the city. And
Okay,
obviously, you have your filter masks on.
Yeah. Anyone else apart from me's got grab vehicle?
I do. The pilot does.
Grab vehicle 1 or 2?
Just one.
That's cool. Take it, matey.
Okay, so
Skunk
So
pilot
Jim-
looks over there.
Jimmy's driving the air raft.
Yeah.
Tack, you're in the front. Noah, I would imagine you're sitting in the back seat. You're scamming around. It's an interesting city. There's other traffic. There's regular ground cars. They're electric cars or whatever, kind of like Teslas, but a modernized version. Superconductive electricity is a lot more common than gas at this tech level. So there's ground cars. There's also air rafts and other various vehicles. And you take the route. You have a computer GPS. You'll see your comm is giving you the directions. Sound carries normal, but you got to wear your respirators. You're wearing your respirator.
The lady
Go
I was
ahead.
talking to before, can I contact her and ask her to feed me any security files on areas of known corruption or crime in the city?
Okay, well, she's actually connected you with a dispatcher with the police detective agency of the planet.
Even better.
So that's the person you would be talking to.
So this is Officer Tack of the rack. I like that, Tack of the rack. And I'll give him my number so he verifies that, or she verifies that.
Yeah, this is the new contact. Okay, there. Yes, there, Tack. Bounty hunter, agent. Very nice to meet you. What do you need?
I just need some data on when you're in the city. So we just need to know the areas that are associated with crime or criminal activity.
Well, there is the east side,
Right.
and the east side's a little bit rough. There's the east side of town, and think of like Pueblo.
Yeah. Which side is?
And the south side's a little rough. Downtown is pretty classy, and the north side is also pretty classy.
Right. Where is the Hyatt?
The Hyatt is downtown.
Okay.
And that's the direction you're headed right now.
Is she more to the south or the east or mid-center?
It would be mid-center, kind of northish, because it's going into the ritzy condo region, which is on the lake. There's a lake there. Right. And this area is pretty much cleared of the wildlife fauna. It's more the city area, and extending out is more prairie-ish. The sky's got a tint of red to it and a haze. It got the little red star. The planet's close enough to it with its slow, long rotation
I would imagine
to give it warmth.
Looks quite big in the sky.
Yeah.
Being so close.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's small.
But it's the heat. Yeah, the heat is
Okay. Radio, so I'll share the information with my teammates about where. If he's gone hiding, these are the probable places he's going to be using.
Yeah, so you do have, there are a couple underworld places that are known for hacking and dealing. She's giving you some of those contacts, a couple different bars, but right now you're on your way to the Hyatt first.
That's cool.
Okay.
And I would like her to send over an encrypted file of all known hackers on planet. Or people who have been prosecuted on planet, even and when they left planet. But I just want to know all the known hackers, and or suspected hackers.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
So you do get a lead on that. He said that's going to take me a little bit, but I'll give you that list here in a minute. But now you're pulling up to the Hyatt Regency area, and I mean, you think of the one in Milwaukee. Jelly Roll with the big rotating restaurant at the top and the big hotel in the square. That's what this looks like on the inside. And you do have a hotel room. She's in room 334. No one's exited or entered. You believe, based on the information you get from the counter, that Simon Johnson went in the hotel room with her. Simon Johnson has been around. They've been around. They've been eating, flirting, swimming. Based on some of the things like lovers, just having a great time over the last week.
I go to the desk and I ask them if any of the rooms on the 33rd floor, other rooms are open.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a die. So I'm gonna let the dice tell me right now. Absolutely sorry, sir. They're all filled up by our elitist college. There's a convention here on this planet, and it deals with UN officials and high-end elites. So there are no rooms available, and that's part of why Sandra's here. Says, I see you're with RAC, and I'll give you the information I can. You notice all of a sudden, now that you're a RAC member, you guys are impressed how you can get information and do things. It's sort of like a UN, like a Dirty Harry badge, a UN clearance. It's pretty amazing. But there are no rooms available right now. It's very busy. And
can you tell me what between what hours are the rooms clean?
It varies, but honestly, sir, right now there's a no cleaning sticker on that room. They haven't wanted any room service, and from what I understand,
what about
the last
next to it?
That room. Oh, that's being cleaned between standard hours of 11 and noon.
And what is
which, of course, our days don't match the same here.
Yeah. So
but
what's your current time?
The current time we'll say is about 9:30 a.m., which is standard time. Actually, you think a day, it's like 3 days of sunlight and 3 days of night. So right now that you're on the third 9 a.m. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, you're on the twilight 9 a.m. because they still try to keep a 24-hour schedule, even though the day schedule is different on this world.
Cool.
So you're on your...
I say we bust in the room right now. I say that Noah should lead the way because he's not getting... I don't hear him that much.
Yeah. And he's got the biggest beans.
So we're going to kick the door in?
Carefully. And I look at the guy at the desk.
I got lockpicks. We can pick the door.
Oh, well, there we go.
You know what? Screw it. Let's just ask for the key. Can I have the key to that room?
We can't give you the key to the room without a warrant. Officers, but you have to have a warrant to enter that room. That room belongs to Sandra Rogan. I cannot give you the key to the room. I'm sorry.
I say, and I lie. I say we have information that she's connected to a smuggling ring, and we need to be in there.
And
okay,
if you want that sort of information to come out about your Patreons, that might not look terribly good for your future advertorial.
Give me you don't have on skills. You haven't just give me a straight 2D roll, and
I have Streetwise. I think Streetwise would give me the ability to lie.
And I've got Deception.
You're both doing this together?
I think we'll back each other up. Yeah.
All right, both of you give me a 2D roll, and we'll see which way it lands.
Okay.
Straight 2D each. Straight 2D each. And we'll see.
But okay. 7.
7.
7.
You guys are both at a 7.
Add 1 if you're using my deception skill.
I know, and he's adding 1 for his, which is 8, which would be a success. I really would like to. You're going to have to call for a warrant to get in there. I'm not going to say you're here. I didn't see anything if you go up there. But believe me, we have a policy here. I cannot unless I see an official warrant. Okay. She still isn't biting it, but you can tell she wants to.
That's okay. We're just gonna go knock and say hi.
Yep, that's all good. As we move up, I'll pull out my multi-scanner. I just didn't know, can my multi-scanner see through walls?
Okay. You too. Can your multi-scanner see through walls? I don't even know that. What does it say in the book? I don't think so.
I just took it because it sounded like it might be good. I'll have a quick look.
Like, what are those things called that the firemen use? Like FLIR?
Irons, jaws of life or something.
No, they have actually room scanners, infrared heat scanners that can tell through the wall if there's people in it.
I was just
You
wondering
guys
what it
know
can
your
scan.
multi-scanner can't do that. It can scan for other things, but right now this is where you're at right now. You don't have anything that can do that. But you can take the elevator to the 3rd floor, and I do think somebody was going to do a lock pick.
Yeah.
I have lockpicks.
You have a lockpick kit.
Detects radiation, electromagnetic emissions, metals, a limited set of chemical and biological compounds. It can also perform standard blood tests.
It can. These walls are solid and thick, though. And there's variations. This is a huge condo suite, so you might be able to detect something right. I mean, this is like a penthouse suite.
Yep. Well,
I mean, this is top notch.
As we go up in the elevator, let's talk about a plan, gentlemen. I'll try with a multi-scanner to see what I can, if anything, so I can at least try to give you a position of where they are in relation to the door, if that's helpful. You're going to go for lockpicking, and Noah, I guess you're going to get ready to go bang bang. Or are you doing something else?
I agree. I say we pick the locks and rush in rather than knocking and alerting them to our presence. But remember, they might have set a trap, and they might not be there at all. Or she might be dead. Who knows?
Yeah, that's why I'm hoping my multi-scanner can pick up something, anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll get to the door, and I'll do the scan on the door.
You're going to run your multi-scanner. I'm going to say it's a difficult roll. Yep. And so you need a 10 or higher, your computer 1. Give me a roll there. And Noah, what are you doing?
Locked and loaded, ready to go through the door.
And which guns do you have out?
Right now, got the auto-loading pistol.
Just one auto pistol in your hand, ready to go. Okay. Yep. No, you don't pick up nothing. No. Sorry, Tack. You get nothing on your sensors. You can't read through the wall. The lockpick kit now. And anybody has repair. What skills are you using there, Skunk, for the lockpick? Let's see.
I'm hoping either engineering or streetwise.
Streetwise isn't going to be able to pick locks, but engineering, actually, the guy who can pick the lock the best is probably your Merc. He does have repair 1. So engineering, I'm going to say he could take your lockpick kit. He could give it a try with his repair. What is your intelligence, Skunk?
Intelligence.
My intel's only a 6, but my dexterity is, again, a 12.
Your dexterity is awesome.
How about this, guys? Why don't we scan a hallway or like a trolley? I've got a disguise kit. I can disguise myself as a bellboy, whatever. One person can pick the lock. Our other person can be hiding under the trolley, and I can wheel it in and pretending that I've got the wrong room for food. No?
I think that is an awesome idea, but I think that we should just bust in.
Okay, that's cool. Just give us a
Okay. Noah, you got the repair skill. You're going to do better.
If Noah's going to use the lockpicks, I'm going to stand back and I'm going to be holding my stunner.
Okay, you're holding your stunner out. Okay, and Noah, you got to pick the lock. Give me a 2D plus 1. Let's see how that goes.
Okay.
What did you roll? That's a 7 plus 1 is an 8. You're fudgling with a little bit. You need a little bit of assistance. Your multi-scan, you still haven't got it, but you're close. And it's actually going to take your pocket computer or your comm. It's electrical too. It's going to take the help of Tack to get this again. Tack, give me a computer roll on top of that lockpick kit.
Nope. 5.
Oh, you're struggling. It's still not quite open. But you're quiet. You can give it another attempt. This is another couple minutes. Hopefully you haven't shuffled the door too much. No one's coming in down the hallway. The hall's pretty empty. Both give me another roll.
An 8 this time.
An 8 this time. Your 6 was good enough because you already succeeded on the lock part. An 8's going to get it. The door releases. It's open. But you haven't went through it yet.
Okay.
Since I'm gonna be ballsy and I'm gonna run in first with the stunner.
going to suggest Noah or someone with recon go in first. In the hope
All right, that's better.
Surprise. That's all.
No, we're going in. You both go in. Are weapons open? What weapons do you have carrying when you go in?
Nunchucks for me.
Noah's taking the auto-loading pistol in.
The auto pistol.
And I
Okay.
have my stunner.
Okay. You
No,
just have your nunchucks. You don't have a gun out.
I
Tack.
do, but I'm not using my gun at the moment. No. I just want to know, Noah, do you have recon?
Yes, I do. Recon 0.
You're the guy we need if we get into combat. So yeah, you should take the lead and heal.
All right. Noah
I would
rolls
like to revise what I'm holding in my hands. I have the stunner gun in one hand and a stun prod in the other. I'm planning to stun something.
Anyone has actually no? There's a mistake there. You have recon 1. We got to change your character there.
Do we?
Yeah, there was somehow you have recon 1.
Okay.
I'm gonna edit that and change that now. And believe me, you want that. All right. So you guys both rush in the door. Everybody, give me a 2d6 roll. Actually, Noah, give me a 2d6 plus 1 roll.
Okay, 7.
That's a 7. Okay. Anybody else? You want to give me a straight 2d6 roll without a
5.
plus 1? Okay, that's a 5. And Jelly Skunk, give me a 2d straight 2d roll.
5,
Oh,
6,
that's
7.
a 6. So we have a 7, a 5, and a 6. Let's see. Oh, you do not have surprise. You open the door, and there's 2 thugs with auto pistols drawn behind a couch. There's 2, and they raise up and they fire on you. 2d6. 2 guns are firing in your direction. Auto pistols in both hands, and you do not have surprise this round. So that you are being fired on immediately. You all failed the surprise, and they gained surprise, so they get to fire on you for 2 rounds. You get to see if the first round you have no defense. So it's a 2D. So there's 2 shots being fired at you. 2d6. I'm going to see if one hits. That one is a miss. So those first round, but it's auto, so they can fire. That's a double tap. And then there's another round from the same guy. That one is a miss for that turn. Actually, 7 plus 1 is an 8. Wait a minute. That is a hit. It's going to hit one of you with auto pistol damage. And 1, 2, it hits Tack. 3, 4, it hits Noah. 5, 6, Jelly Roll. Skunk. Skunk, you just got hit by a bullet. You're wearing your cloth and your reflect, though. 2d6 plus 1 is 11 points damage. But it's double tap, so he fired twice. And that would be a 1d6 divided by 3 on top of that 11. Ooh, that's 3 points. That's 15 points damage. You took a hit. So, no, wait a minute. That's 3. That's 14 points damage off of your endurance. So you just got shot. You guys failed the surprise. You took a bullet. You took damage. 14 points minus 6 is what? 8 points damage? And what's your endurance, Skunk?
10.
10. You're still up and fine. You're still at it. You took a bullet. So that was the first guy's shot. The other guy's shooting 2 auto pistol revolvers. Now, all of you are going to have to make a dex check for the next round. And then you can defend. And the other guy's going to... That would be a hit. That's a miss. So, same scenario. This time, Tack got hit because Noah's in the middle. So Tack is wearing what armor? You're wearing cloth too, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's 7 damage. And let's see what the double tap does because he's firing 2 rounds. Let's see what the double tap does. That's a 3, so that's 7. That's 9 points damage. Tack, you did not take as bad of a hit. Now, all of you need to give me an endurance check. This means that you can jump or dodge shots and fire back. So you'll have defense.
You mean dexterity, right?
No. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is it a dexterity? Let me look. Yeah, dexterity. Dexterity check. I'm sorry. Absolutely. Personal combat would be
Over or
under
under?
combat sequence. Yeah.
Is it an over or under or hitting an 8? Hitting a number.
It's a 8 or higher plus your dex modifier.
Okay. 9 gives me a +0.
9 gives you a +1.
Oh, okay, +1.
2d +1, and anybody with your with the dex, what's your dex is at? You got a dex of 12. You get a +2 to this roll, skunk.
I just rolled a 12.
I did, and my roll got to be a 6. It was terrible.
Okay, Nathan, you can defend. You're also safe. What did you roll? You rolled a 6 with your plus. You can't defend. You don't get your defensive modifier. The defensive modifier, what that means, and I've customized this a little bit. What it means is, if you look at it, your dex and your gun combat skill is a defensive modifier against the hit. So now they're going to be able to fire again at you because they got surprised. So they're going to be able to, and then you can fire the next round after that. But like
2 whole rounds of some free firing?
Yeah, well, they got surprised. Yeah, they get to fire on you 2 rounds. You can't defend because they got surprised. If you would have got surprised, or you would have both got surprised, they have 2. It's sort of like Traveler surprise. They got 2 rounds. If you have surprise, you get to fire once and fire twice. But the defensive modifiers come in now. And you didn't make defensive, but the other guys did. So now they're going to fire again, but you have gun combat 1, and you have a dex. They have a -2 to hit Noah, and tack.
Yep, same thing.
A -2 to hit tack, and they're a straight 8 in their skill to hit you, plus their skill. So the guys are going to fire, and they're auto tapping. They're going to fire again, and they're fire. But we're going to randomly see if they fire at you or not. They may not have hit you anyways. Okay, we're going to do the random to see which one hits or which one goes. That would be a hit. Okay. Wait a minute. There we go. Holy shit. We got 1, 2, 2. These 2. This is a miss. This is a miss. These two are hits either way.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see which way they would go. Jelly, you're going to get another hit again. 2d6 +1. Hopefully it's not. Now you can fire back. Only 6 points damage. And your armor will absorb that. So you're okay. The other hit, there's one more hit. Let's see who that's going to hit. Because even you guys didn't defend on that other hit. And 5, Jesus, that would be Jelly again. No, that's Nate, isn't it? Jelly, you were in the middle?
No, I'm 5 and 6.
Yeah.
I'm going to hate this game.
At this point, it's not in your favor. 10, that's 4. What were you down to?
I'm down to 2 endurance.
But you can choose now. He's been hit once.
Okay, you've been hit by 10. So 6 points.
Thanks, 4.
Yeah, hang on. We're going to get... So you're taking some damage, but let's see what the other one is. 10 points. Only 1 point of damage. 11. You took 5 more points of damage. You could put it on the other stat where you want. You're below. Your endurance is wiped out, but we're strongman rule. You're still conscious, but everything you do is at a -1. But now you guys can finally fire. They gained surprise, so they had 2 rounds. Your defensive rolls kick in now. You can dodge for cover, dodge behind the kitchen counter. There's 2 guys on a couch. There's 2 guys there. And now you can return fire. So fire at will.
So
Whoever wants to.
Standing and 2 guys on a couch.
There's only 2 guys that were standing right behind the couch. They're partial cover. As you open the door, these guys are firing on you. And now you can fire on them.
Okay, well, I'm going to wait till the guns go off because I'm I'm going to run across, leap on the couch, and use my nunchucks to try to knock one of them out.
You could do that right now. One action is run and jump, and the other action.
I'd rather wait until my friend's fired.
Okay, you guys fire, and then he can do those actions.
Just I'm not as fast as a bullet.
You can still fire now, Jelly. You're not out, Jelly. You just hurt pretty good.
All right, I'm gonna. I get now. My dexterity is a 12. That's only a +2.
Yep.
Yeah, in this game, that's a +2 only.
And at gun combat, I get a +1.
So that's a +3. Yeah, 2d6, and you're firing with what? The stunner?
The stunner. And I don't know if for random. I'll just choose the one on the left.
Okay, fire 2d6. See what you got, and I'll tell you what his defensive roll is, because he's got defensive roll too. So roll 2d6 +3. You rolled a 10. You hit him with the stunner. Roll 3d damage. Remember, stunners don't kill. They do temporary damage. You can knock them out. Roll 3d, and I'll tell you what kind of armor he, or if any.
Nice. 10 points.
What did you? 10 points damage.
Yeah.
Okay, and Noah, what are you doing? You firing your auto pistol?
Yeah, fire in the old auto pistol
at the other guy, and you dex +1. Let's see. No, your
gun combat 1 and dex looks like dex 1 and gun combat 1.
+2 to your roll. 2d plus.
Okay.
That's a 5 +2 is a 7. You miss, but you miss, and that's 1. You missed the shot there. And now at this point, are you jumping up to hit the guy with the nunchucks?
Yeah.
Your chart. Okay, and you're gonna and melee combat and your strength.
Yep, 1 for 9 and 1 for my melee combat. So
+2, 2d +2, and the nunchucks. Nope. I believe they do 2d damage.
No, they got a and I missed.
You swing and miss, and now you're at close range, so you can. We'll drop that off there. They can fire back at you, but you have partial cover. They have the 2 auto pistols. That's their turn. They're going to fire. Dice are rolling. Why is it hesitating?
Drawn some fire for you guys to do something.
That's a miss.
Yes.
That's a miss. You with your cover especially. Yeah. Now you guys can fire again because you got him off, and you can swing at the guy you're on top of. He couldn't fire at you. Now you guys can charge in too with your warhammer if you want or anything. You can take this to close range. You're a little bit hurting, though, Jelly Roll, but you can still fire. But you're at a -1 to your action.
Yeah, I'll keep firing the stunner.
9 this time.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Yeah, I think it's 2d -2.
Plus your strength modifier. What's your strength?
+2 then, 2d.
Straight 2d then.
7 points.
7 points damage to the one guy, and he's wearing just Jack, which is only like 1 or 2 protection, I believe. So you did like 5 points. He took a rap to the head. He's a little delayed. Nate, what are you going to do? And Jelly, what are you doing?
I'm shooting again if possible.
Now, obviously, you're shooting at the guy that's not on top. That
yeah.
Give me another roll to fire your gun.
Okay, 2d6 +2.
6/2 is an 8.
Nice.
And his armor, but he has a defense too. And actually, he dodges that specific bullet. If you had 2 auto, but do you have another weapon on you, or are you going to charge him? And Jelly Roll, you can fire the stunner at the.
If I could offhand my
that's
shotgun.
3D, give me 3D damage. If you pull your shotgun would be dangerous. No. You would you'd hurt Tack if you did. Yeah. Evan,
nice.
The guy's passed out. You stunned him. He's unconscious. That's the one guy you were shooting at. One guy drops. There's only the guy fighting now. Now he drops his auto pistol. He grabs a little club because you're right on top of him. He can't hardly fire. So he's going to swing to fight. There's one guy conscious. The other guy's zapped out.
Right. Well, I'll use my now. When I parry, is that my attack that I've used or just one of my actions?
You have 2 actions. So when you parry, you can attack. You have to defend every other action with your defend modifier. So what are you going to do with your 2 actions?
Then
You're
I'll
in.
use one of them to defend the incoming attack and attack him with the other one.
Okay, and you're going to attack 2d6 and a hit. Now, you can charge in with your warhammer and take a swing at this guy there, Mister Merc.
Yeah,
And we
I was
also
kind of thinking about that.
9. Hit him again.
that's a hit, 2d damage. And then at this point, we'll see what that does. And -2, that would about knock him out. But at the same time, Noah's coming in with the warhammer to hit.
Yep. So I'm gonna roll for the warhammer.
2d6 plus 2.
Pound him.
He can't defend because he just got hit, so it's a 2d4. Actually, you smashed the couch right next to him, but you miss. You give another swing at it because he at the same time he's fallen out. You can get another hit on it. That's a hit. I think the warhammer does 4d damage. Roll me 4d.
I'll be looking at him rather.
And Jelly, what did you do in the meantime? Still conscious.
He's gone. He's gone.
He's dead. You crushed his fucking skull. Between all the hits, that guy's dead. One guy's dead and one guy's stunned. And Jelly, and you've got a medical situation on you, Tap.
Well,
Yep.
first thing I do is I handcuff the guy who's stunned.
Cool.
Okay, you handcuff the guy who's stunned and you strip him. Now there was shots fired in the room. All right, he's handcuffed. He's still unconscious right now for a while.
So I'll direct Noah. Take aim at that door. If there's a door obvious that I'm pointing at, and I'll be going over to Jelly to see if I can do some of my medicine.
Okay, there's a closed door that looks like a bedroom suite.
Yeah.
Noah, you're gonna enter that door?
Yeah, and I'll take up one of the fallen guy's auto pistols as I go. Take up the second weapon.
So now you put the warhammer back and you have 2 auto pistols in your hand. Because you can. Okay, so you open the door with the 2 auto pistols. And there you enter the room, and there in the middle of the room is Sandra Rogan, and she's tied up and gagged, and she looks like she's crying.
Don't believe it.
No one else is in the room.
Yeah, don't go in. Just cover the room. Wait till I get Jelly up. So
I'll take a defensive posture.
Cool. So yep. I whip out the medical kit.
Okay, Jelly's stats are at half.
Cool.
He's back up to half endurance and half, we'll say, strength. Your modifiers are still as full. We're going to just say that. You need a little more medical attention, but you're okay for now. No more minus. But you're definitely patched up. You did take some good shots, but you're patched up enough for the time being. And that's where you're at this point. And you're at the posture. You see this woman, and she's teary-eyed, and she's like kind of like signaling, untie me.
Yeah, come into the room so we can launch the attack. Okay, we'll get over there. Noah had a chance to sort of do a recce in the room, have a really good look as best he can.
Yes, no, it's taking a look. Use your recon. Give me a 2d plus 1. Your recon roll. 6 plus 1 is 7. As far as you can tell, you don't see him.
Looks totally trustworthy and safe to me.
Right. Just out of game. We were told to capture this guy. Did he have to be alive?
They'd prefer him alive, but they'll take him dead too if need be.
Will that change the money we get reimbursed with?
It's more if he's alive. Everybody's more happy. They'd really like it, but it's still quite a bit if he's dead.
Okay, so I'll say to Noah, shoot him so he's unconscious. I can get him back from there.
The stunner can do that, yeah.
Yeah. But no, if you have to use bullets, shoot him so he's unconscious, but don't shoot him to kill him, please.
There's nobody in there that you can see except her in this chair, and she's tied up.
I'm going to use the multi-scanner to see if I can actually detect any unusual electromagnetic fields in the room, as in some sort of invisibility field or something.
Give me a computer roll. Give me a computer roll.
This guy is already very, very slick. I wouldn't put it past him. And that's not going to help. I'm holding it upside down, or the battery's failed, or something. But I'm holding a fork.
You're pissed because it looks like a bullet in combat hit it, and it doesn't seem to be working right. It's not destroyed, but it needs a little repair work back in the ship down the road. So for right now, with that shit roll, it's out of commission. Your little sensor computer thing is out of commission for right now. And what is anybody else doing now? Now Noah's still standing guard. She's tied up. The room looks empty. As far as you're aware, the apartment looks empty in every way, shape, or form, except for these two thugs.
There's a kitchen here, eh? There's a kitchen in here?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to quickly go over and get any powder-like substance, whether it's sugar or anything that I can get a handful of.
Yeah.
And then I want to toss it into the room and try to spread as much as I can to see if it changes.
You're making a nice flowery mess, but nothing changes. The flour drops to the ground. It doesn't stick to any substances. As far as you can tell, there's nothing cloaked in that room. There's just this woman, teary-eyed and crying, tied up. What's weird, though, what you notice is she is dressed like she was ready to go out the night before or something, like in a formal gown.
Mm-hmm.
And there's even still lingerie on the bed. And there's definitely like a cigar or something in the ashtray.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a piece of paper under the ashtray. And the cigar is like put out standing upright.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we should ungag her and interrogate her.
Well, how about I do that, you cover me.
Okay.
You're better with the guns.
You've got the 2 auto pistols now.
Yeah.
And what are you doing there, Skunk?
Well, I was letting what's his name heal me, and so then I'm going to come in the room too, and I'm going to take the bag out of her mouth and say, Miss Sandra Johnson, or what was her name?
Rogan.
Sandra Rogan.
Miss Sandra Rogan, are you okay?
She starts crying. I cannot believe this. I thought he was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was amazing. I cannot believe this. I've been used in such a horrible way. I cannot believe this. She's just hysterical and frantic.
I say, do you need to do an evidential?
What do you mean evidential?
An evidential interview. Are you saying he used you sexually against your will?
No, he did not use me against my will. He deceived me. He deceived me and made me think that he cared and that there was something magical, and he was this businessman, and he just left last night.
He's a bastard. Yes, we get it, darling. And then I untie her hands. And
you untie her hands. Oh, thank you. And she reaches over and gives you a hug. He says, thank you for freeing me.
Reciprocate.
Okay, then she goes, she looks at all of you and says, I'm so sorry about those 2 thugs. They came to the room and we were ready to go out last night, and he just let them in and said, and left. And they tied me up. And he left that, and that was it. He left and he's gone. And we were talking about business and success and the most amazing lover, and I cannot believe this. I'm just appalled. I'm just heartbroken and shocked.
Like TMI. Okay.
I tell her, don't worry, ma'am. He's fooled others too. You're not alone.
Okay. So you get to be the good cop. I get to be the lousy cop. Okay, fair enough. I'm not convinced she's totally innocent, so I'm going to poke around in her room to look and see if there's anything like disguise kits, because I want to see if I've got one, so I know what they look like. I want to look to see if he's left any of his previous gear here, because if he's left his gear here, then he's obviously assumed another persona. So I wonder
Okay,
if we've
there's nothing in there. There's just the cigar and a note underneath the ashtray. It looks like a
Okay.
folded piece of paper.
very carefully, without touching, I'll use forks or something without touching it. I'll unfold it and see what it says.
It says, "Fuck you, Rack," in big black bold letters. Die.
I hold,
I hope-
I hold it up and I show it to my two friends. And I think we have an invitation to take him down with great grievance.
And it says it in big bold letters.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Rack.
So I turn to Noah and say, Noah, can you do in big bold letters back to him with a bullet? But please,
Wait,
don't kill
who
him.
am I
Do it in
shooting?
his, you can hit him in the groin and it won't kill him.
Wait, who am I shooting?
He's not even there. You don't know where he is.
Yeah,
You
but
don't.
we know where you're going to shoot him. And I think
Oh,
we can
okay.
stun him in the gonads as well. Because I certainly intend to use my nunchucks in his nads.
Oh, what you do find though, in the corner of the bathroom, the disguise that made him look like Simon and all of Simon Johnson identification
Yeah.
is laying there.
Okay.
So he's no longer dressed like Simon. He probably assumed a different identity when he
that's what
left
I
the
think
hotel.
so we could have even just walked past him without even knowing, guys.
No, he's got to have left the night before because remember he tied her up the night and then took off.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying he could have walked past us and we wouldn't even know him because he's assumed a new identity.
We can check the video to see who left the hotel last night.
We will be. Definitely. Good idea.
Are we done with her? Has she reached her full usefulness?
Well, I'll just sort of signal you to. I'll leave good cop in the room with her. I'll just take you outside and whisper quietly, and I say, yes, I do like your suggestion. I think perhaps we should try to get her to track him down for us. And if she gets caught in the crossfire, that's terribly sad. But shit happens.
Can she hear you? Are you guys
I'm doing this out of earshot.
Perfect.
Now you have a guy in cuffs now. He's starting to wake up.
Oh, is he? Well, I kick him.
Yeah. He was
kick
just
him in the gonads. And then I stand on his gonads.
Man, you got a gonad thing going on right now.
Bastard. And I'm just taking out my pissed offness at the other guy on this goon that he hired. I don't do it so that he falls unconscious, but I want him to be in a lot of pain.
He's in pain and he curls up and he pushes his legs to protect himself. He says, "Wow!"
And then
Maybe
I undo
just
my
got-
nunchuck and say, "That's not going to help if I really want to hurt." So
What do you want?
Yeah.
What do you
message
want?
is to talk. Who hired you? What did they call themselves? For how long? What purpose? What do you know about them? In that order.
I don't know anything. It was an electronic transfer to the underground. We were offered quite a bit of cash to come here and to stand guard and to tie her up and wait for you to enter the door. His gonads are covered. He's not letting you hit him.
I hit him with an 11.
You did. Give
How about a stunner? Put the stunner to the gonads.
I am not again. I'm a skunk calls. Even though that guy, they shot me and I almost died. I'm not torturing anyone, and I'm against this.
Not torturing him.
You didn't hit him in the gonads, but you knocked him back out though. The damage put him back unconscious.
It's okay. I've got medication stuff. I can wake him up.
Oh my gosh, this is fucked up.
That's too bloody right.
She's sitting there. She's still untied. She's
12 on my mid roll. He's awake. I'll let Noah have a little turn at talking to him. And if you don't give him better information, I'm coming back because I'm swirling my nunchucks.
I want to threaten him.
Okay.
Barrel of the auto pistol to the gonads.
A man
now
after
he's
my own heart.
he's teary-eyed and freaking no, and he goes, whatever you want to know, my friend's dead. Oh fuck, he's looking at Joel with the crushed head, which actually you crushed his skull with the warhammer. I mean, it's actually brains and it's fucking crushed. You smashed the guy's skull. There's blood and shit all on the couch.
Self-defense.
Yeah, self-defense.
Yep. Anyway, away you go, Noah. Get your answers.
You guys take over. You're better at the whole questioning
no,
business.
You are so well positioned right now. So I think my friend wants to know a lot more information than you were ready to spill to me.
Yeah, that. What he said.
I'm telling you the truth. There was a request down under at my organization, my gang organization. We were paid 10,000 credits to do this. We had an escape route and a plan. We were hired to hit you. She was only going to be tied up temporarily. It was part of the ploy. You were going to come here for her. We were hired to hit you. I don't even know who paid us. It was done electronically via the dark web. I'm telling you the truth.
We might be able to trace that information down.
Yeah, I look at Noah and say, Noah, while this information might be mildly useful to us, are you a left nut or a right nut kind of guy? Just asking for information's sake.
Skunk told. What are you doing, Skunk? You don't like this.
I'm him because
I don't like this. And actually, if someone moves to hurt the injured man, I'm going to stun them too.
That's fine. No one's moved to hurt him yet. It's all threat. It's interrogation.
I'm going to be like, I think he's told us everything we need to know. I don't. I'm not really much of a killer. I'm just a pilot, nor am I a torturer. So I'm going to go let the girl out and I don't know.
At this point now, all of a sudden, the police have entered the room, and there's a detective here in the room, and they go, "What the hell happened here? We heard gunshots." They come in with their guns. They come in with their guns loaded.
It was self-defense.
And they're pointing their guns at you guys. You raise your hands, and what are you going to say?
I go rack and hold up my little badge.
They put their guns away as soon as you hold up your rack badge.
Yeah.
What happened here? So this was self-defense. What happened here? She asked the guy. Oh, and he's all of a sudden happy to see the police.
Yeah, our friend here is very happy to see because he knows you're not probably going to be as thorough as getting information as we might have tried. In that room there, you'll find our companion. Oh, he's standing in the doorway. But behind him, you'll find one Sandra Rogan, who was held kidnapped by these two gentlemen and another person that were. She says she's crying. He says, "They're telling the truth. I was kidnapped. They rescued me. I was betrayed by a man." And she starts going into the whole story, and you see she's sincere. And she's really like heartbroken, like somebody, not like somebody misled her and broke her heart. Like she really thought this dude was amazing, and he totally like fucking played her. Mm-hmm. All to set this stage for you. It was like a myth. You're realizing now, all three of you are realizing this was a methodical plan all along. He knew the rack would be right behind him, and he planned this to a T, almost to the date you'd arrive. And you don't even know he's, as far as you're aware, he's still on World, possibly, but where you don't know. So I think we'll take Skunk's idea and go down and see if we can look at the videos of last night.
They take the other guy in custody because he was there as a hit. You cannot hurt him anymore. Took him away. You can't question him anymore than you just did. And the body, they go to clean it up. They ask you to fill out some reports at your convenience. They give you the forms. They would like them before you leave. Mm-hmm. And you guys are RAC, so you're free to go. You're on official RAC business. So you're not going to be held or questioned for anything. You're amazed at this because as civilians, you could never do what you're doing and get away with it. Because more or less, you broke and entered into here, but you did rescue, kidnap, and you unveiled the crime and process.
No, we didn't break
And
anything. The lock's still intact.
the lock is still intact. But there's a few bullet holes, but they weren't your bullet holes
No,
to start.
they can test those out. They're not our bullets. We're innocent.
I have bullet holes as evidence.
Well, they're healing as we speak. You'll have scars.
She says to you, she comes, I think I might know where that bastard went. She says to you, can I go with you? She's got dressed now and she's pissed. It's like a woman with a vendetta.
Yeah.
And you're surprised. You look at her eyes. Now she's wearing, it looks like she might have put on some kind of black leather outfit. And it looks like she grabbed a mesh or a flak jacket, like a military style flak jacket on top of it, black. And also she reached into her cabinet and she's got an auto pistol herself. Actually, 2 of them. And she says, can I go with you? I think I have an idea where that bastard went. And she's gearing up her gear now out of her room. You didn't notice the auto pistols in her gear, but now she's asking to go with you. You there?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. I'll just be
We could use the backup.
Yeah. But she's in front of me at least.
Yeah. You guys can't help it because she's smoking hot. Now she looks like a pissed off hot woman, which is even worse. If any of you've been there. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, she wants to go along and she's saying, I think I know where he might be. He said a few things, and even though he may have been slick with you, I was with him. And I know he's doing something with some money transfers, I think, on the rough side of town. There might be a chance that with my help, we can find that bastard. Double cross and snaky. I don't give myself out that easily.
Double cross,
Jeez.
yes. Double crossing, yes. Yes, I'll be very aware, gentlemen, of double crossing.
So she's going to jump into the air raft with you guys? And Skunk, you're piloting?
My seat. I'll go in the back with Noah.
Nice. Shotgun.
All right. So we're going to get into the... Skunk is driving or someone else going to drive? Remember?
I can still drive.
Okay. All right, so she's directing you turn here, turn there, and you got your respirators back on because you're out of the building. You're heading towards the east side of the city. It's slummy all of a sudden, and it's rough.
As we go out the lobby, I talked to the guy behind the lady behind the counter. And say, then hold my badge and say we would like to. I send them the Earl to send a copy of their videos of last night.
She's actually downloaded them on your comp. Your other computer screwed up, so while he's driving, you can observe them.
Yep.
And all as you see, sadly, you see a guy with a gray hoodie leave her building. The hoodie is perfectly over his face.
Yes.
You can't see the face. You just see him walk down the elevator and go out the door. And you know it's him. But there's no idea what he's wearing or what he looks like. Because obviously he got disguised after she was tied up. Yeah. But there's one person who might know what he looks like.
The guy that is in custody of the cops right now. What is the color of the hoodie?
It's a gray hoodie, like a gray sweat hoodie, covered over his face.
Into the background. Right.
Yeah. And it was perfectly placed. Now he's out of camera and he's out of there. So the hoodie's probably gone or disposed of, and he's probably
getting into a cab or anything.
No, he just walks down the street and kind of is off the grid of the camera.
Wonderful.
and gone. It's like he knew exactly where all the cameras were.
Okay, that takes some planning. So this guy, if I can just go over what we do know about this guy, is he a native of Earth or is he a native of medicine?
He is from Earth, and he's an underworld thug. He has been off world, but he's 100% rogue computer specialist, and he is very good at underworld skills: deception, disguise, forgery, bribery, melee combat, gun combat. He's fucking wicked.
Okay.
And he's done big jobs and big hacks and set the stage for big heists.
In the elevator that you go down in, and he went down the elevator?
Yeah.
Is it metal on the inside or not metal?
It's metal and glass. And you can see the glass on the outside. Yeah.
I'm going to use the footage that I have on my computer to try to enhance his reflection on the metal or glass to see what I can see what he looks like.
Give me a computer roll difficult +1, and you might be able to pull this off.
6 This is all get lovely numbers. Oh no, 12.
Oh, you do. Yeah, you. What's the 2? You computer 2?
+1.
You rolled. Oh, you rolled it. Oh, wait, no, I'm looking. Oh, yeah. I'm looking at the wrong roll. I'm sorry. Yeah. You got his reflection perfectly. He's clean cut, and he's himself. It's him. He is not in disguise. He is himself.
Okay, then I'll. That's cool. So at least we know at that stage he wasn't using a disguise. So that's the guy, folks, that we can start talking about. Although everyone will probably shut up about him.
She pulls up and says, "I don't know why, but when we took the cab, he stopped here before we went to the hotel." And she pulls up, and it's a warehouse, and there's a rugged bar across the street. And there's like this warehouse building, and there's a bar.
Does
She
the
pulls
warehouse
on
building have a roof?
It does have a roof.
Could we gain access into the building via the roof? Like, does it have a door or skylights or anything like that of that nature?
You can't see it because it's peaked up. It's you can't quite see if it has a skylight or not from the outside. But think of like a big old-fashioned warehouse. No, think of like the mill, the steel mill kind of building. I mean, it's like a big old warehouse type of building. It has like a sliding like barn door in front of it. You don't know if it's locked or not. It's closed right now. He went in there.
Windows at all.
He went in there. There's no windows that you can see. No. It's just like this big old steel building with a sliding door. And there's also a little bar there. He had me wait here in the cab. He said he had some business to do, and then he went into that building, and then he came out. And I wouldn't doubt that some people hang in that bar that might know. Says, I want to go. And all of a sudden now she's getting out of the car. And she starts heading towards the bar, even without you guys. And she whiffs her hair like a feminine, like, look, I'll handle this. Oh, I will. And she starts.
Skunk will follow her.
You're going to go follow her? Okay. Okay. And you guys?
I'll stay outside and watch everything from the air aft. So I've got grab vehicle. If Noah wants to go in there, that's fine. I'll give him a call if anything happens out here.
Nice. I'll go ahead and head in.
Okay. You
Recon?
guys, recon. You walk in the bar and you give me a recon if you want. Nobody. You go through your typical air vacuum doorway so that once you enter, the toxins are out. You can take your respirators off once you enter. your recon roll is shit, so it wouldn't make a difference anyway.
No.
You see what looks like a raggedy kind of drunk man just sitting at the bar rambling about something to the bartender, and the bartender's half ignoring him. There's a bald guy, kind of rough looking, and he says, "Can I help you with anything?" And there's just the one drunk, and it looks like there's two nasty, like whore looking women sitting at the other end of the bar. Well, what are we doing here, sailor? But they see Sandra walk in, and they're instantly intimidated. She's just like leagues above them. Even though they're sort of attractive, they're scummy. So you see that on one end. And also there's a couple guys sitting in a booth, but otherwise the bar is empty. To themselves. You don't really have a good visual of them, but you know there's two guys in a booth talking. And then there's the bar in front of you.
Well, Noah's just going to go and order a shot.
So Noah goes up to the bar and orders a shot. What would you like, sir? Whiskey? What would you?
He orders a shot and a beer. Shot of whiskey and a beer.
One bourbon, one shot, and one beer. All right. And you, what would you like, sir? And you, young lady, what would you like to drink? I'll have what he's having, she says. Now the mascara is no longer crying. She's remade herself up while she's looking good and pissed. So she has a shot and sits next to you. And what are you doing, Joe? Skunk?
I just lean against the bar too. I'll have a shot of tequila and a beer.
Okay. So you guys are having a drink and you're sitting there. And that's anything else? Any other actions?
Who is the gruff guy that asked us? Was that the bartender?
The bald, rough guy was the bartender, yeah. What are you guys doing? Can I help you with anything?
I put some credits on the thing and asked him. I say that we were looking for a friend.
A friend. How may I help you with that?
Well, it seems that this young lady's friend has left her in the lurch, and we're sort of just looking for him.
Okay. Well, yeah. Could you tell me more about him? You want to give me a streetwise roll?
Sure.
Okay. 2d6 plus 1. Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know who you're talking. No. I don't know nothing about your friend. I haven't seen anybody new in this area in a while. He says to you, "Would you like another whiskey?" And that's about where you're at with him. While you're asking, the other two guys pipe up and look at you. Huh? You notice they're kind of hippie-ish, like one's a long hair ponytail with a black goatee, and the other one has razzled blonde hair with a beard. And the guys that are in the booth look up at both of you, and you notice them, Nate, out of the corner of your eye, kind of looking, and that they start heading towards the bar. Can I help? And the blonde-haired, razzy blonde-haired guy says, can I help you guys with anything? Hey, you're looking for something or somebody or a job or something? I'm curious.
No, we'll just look to the others.
I'm streetwise again. I'm saying, yeah, I'm looking for a man to do a job.
Yeah, what kind of job are you looking for? We might be able to help you. Why don't you come sit down by us? They pull up this table and pull you on over. Is it just you, or is this your group, or what? So do you go sit with them at this table? They're sitting at another table in the bar. The bar is mostly empty.
Yeah, Noah will go over.
Okay. So they sit down, and what are you going to ask them? You're going to give me another streetwise roll?
I'm going to give you a streetwise roll, and I'm going to ask him about that. I'm looking for a super hacker to pull a job.
A super hacker to pull a job. How many credits? I think we might.
A lot of credits.
A lot of credits. We might be able to put you in touch with the guy. What's your streetwise? Okay, but he's leaving soon. The guy we got in mind. Oh, I think he's out of here. Yeah. Forgot his name. That fucking guy can do anything with computers.
Yeah, we were really looking for a guy that isn't from here.
Oh. Okay. Is anybody else helping on this? Is Nate? Yeah. Well, I got this guy in mind, but that fucking guy's going to be leaving on that yacht tonight, I think, in an hour or so. He's going to be jumping on a starship. I know a guy who do the job for you, but I don't think he wants to hang around.
Well, can you get him a message, or can I get him a message? Do you know what starship he's going on?
Give me another streetwise roll. Did you roll another? Oh, fuck yeah! Yeah. I do know what starship he's going on. He got on board. It's a small. Oh God, what the hell's the name of that ship? Now, hang on a second. I'll get it to you. Would you at least buy me a drink if I can get you that? You might be able to catch him in time.
I'll buy you a couple of drinks if you can get me this guy. It's worth a lot of credit to the right person.
Oh, sure. I think I can do that. I think we could do that. Hang on one second. I got to pull this up. Give me a minute here. Bed up. Oh, shit. Are you guys having fun so far?
Yeah, it's been good.
Okay. I'm looking at the ship. Yeah, he's leaving on a free trader. I believe it's the Raggedy Rascal. No, not the. No, I'm not going to go Raggedy Rascal. Let's change that name. Yes, it is the Raggedy Rascal. It's a free trader, but it's a beefy free trader. It's a Jump 2 ship. I think it's still in dock. You might be able to catch him if you go, but it's probably leaving real soon. So, yeah, I think it's in dock 61. Raggedy Rascal. Yeah, it just pulls it up, and sure enough, it comes up on a computer. Yeah, this is the dude. He doesn't have a name, but man, this son of a bitch is good with computers. Now, what's this worth? This information? You're going to give me a little lush fun here. I mean,
I am. I peel off. I don't know. What do you think is good? I'll peel off 500 credits.
Okay, so you give him 500 credits, we'll say. Oh, he's happy with that. Thanks a lot, man. I hope this is okay. This dude was really slick. So
yeah, that's awesome. I say.
Okay. So that's the end of the discussion. So what's next, gentlemen? What are we going to do?
I go and grab Miss Sandra, and I say, "Come on, we've got a lead."
So Sandra was still at the bar when you went and talked to those guys, and one of the guys says, "Hey, I'd like to hook up with that. That'd be worth more than the 500."
Yeah, I'm sorry. She's the boss's.
She's the boss. Oh, I could see that, man. Yeah, where's your boss anyway?
Sorry, man. That's need to know.
All right. Well, your streetwise rolls pulled this off. Shitty streetwise roll. Things could have went ugly for you. I'll say that as the ref, but you pulled the shit off, Skunk. You did it quite well. So you're ready to roll with that too. And yeah, the Raggedy Rascal's at the starport right now, but it's set to leave like within the hour. I mean, you guys may not even make it. So what are you doing?
I go outside and say, have Talk call the station and hold the Raggedy Rascal.
I'm going to alert them to the fact that there might be some smuggling going on, and they need to do a thorough investigation of the ship.
Okay.
And I'm
So
with my RAT credentials saying that we have received information that would suggest that there's an individual on board the ship that is highly dangerous. Don't approach him. Just do a search through the ship and just tell them you're searching for smuggling goods.
He says, sir, the Raggedy Rascal just departed about 10 minutes ago. It's
Shoot
probably
from
up
the
in the
sky.
air right now.
Shoot it from the sky.
We can't shoot a ship from the sky. We could send a patrol cruiser after it, or
Turn her around.
Yeah,
A
get
ship
it to turn
or-
around. Yeah, get it to turn around. Get it back to land.
Turn it around. Yeah, turn her around. Order her down. We have reason to believe there's a fugitive on board. Order her down.
Yeah. And I give it
Will-
my rack number again.
I will send the message to order it down, but it's already at a full 2G at this point, and I believe it's out of Atmo. I don't know if it's going to listen or not, but we will
With the
try.
patrol cruiser, you send it after it.
We should go and try to intercept that
Yeah,
ship. Maybe
we
we
need
can
to
board
move.
them.
So you guys jump into you jump into your vessel,
Yep.
and you're going at full speed
8.
to the
Yep,
starport.
I'm moving it as fast as I can to get over.
You're
I asked Miss Sandra Johnson if she wants to come along.
she jumps in before even questioning. She jumps in.
At, Skunk with disbelief.
She's good luck.
She's
She's
good
something.
luck.
I know that, but I'm not sure it's good luck.
She looks at you and says, "Fuck you, we're getting this guy. God
Well,
damn it.
when you
I've
turn
got
up with the
money.
rack-
I'll make it worthwhile.
I don't
No
need your
man
money.
misleads me like that."
Well,
I need her money, and I'm only 26, so
Yeah, okay. Rightio, so I look exactly where he's thinking from. And I talk to his lower head, and I say, it's not going to happen.
doesn't matter. I like beautiful things. The company of beautiful things pleases me.
When we get back to our ship, can we target them and disable their engines on the way in?
We're going to try. But first of all, let's talk about this extra person who's not coming on board the ship.
I'm coming on board. Damn it. How much for passage? 10,000,
He's coming on
20,000?
board.
I don't care.
It's
We're
a low
getting
bid.
him.
He got
I want to
room.
shoot that bastard.
It's a
Nobody
low bid.
sleeps with me and spits on me
Are
like
you
that.
happy to
No
go on
man
low
has
bid?
ever done that.
She can. Skunk says she can take my room. I'll sleep in the cell.
You don't have to sleep. You get me on board that ship and you don't have to sleep in the cell, she says as she grabs your arm. You're done now, Tack.
No, I just roll my eyes. That's okay. I have medicine. You'll need inoculations, I say. I am prepared to let you on the ship if you allow me to give you a proper
So you guys,
inoculation.
so did you call to see? You guys, what else are you going to ask them? What do you know about
Let's have
the
him prep
Raggedy
the
Rat?
ship and load the mail.
Huh?
Prep the ship
the
and
ship.
load the mail.
No.
Well, where's the mail for where?
We just
I don't know where's the Raggedy Rascal headed.
You believe it's headed a jump to Tea Garden Star, and then from there you're not sure.
We'll take the mail. We'll take a mail load to Tea Garden Star then.
Okay.
I'm just betting the odds that we're not going to catch him, and so we should be ready if we don't.
Mm-hmm.
You're thinking it's going. You're not 100% sure, but you're thinking it's going to Tea Garden Star.
Well,
You get back to. So they say right away. We'll load the mail there, and the ship is primed and ready. So you guys get back. You pull the air raft into the ship. You have clearance to take off immediately. So what do you do? Come on, players.
Let's take off after the ship.
priming weapons.
Priming
Get
weapons. Give me a pilot roll. And an engine.
Straight pilot or pilot with decks?
Pilot with decks. You're taking off fast and you're hard maneuvering. Let's see what you roll. So it's +4. And everybody's on board. The girl's on board too. Do you take off and you do a maneuver where you dive? Once you exit the atmosphere, you dive down and you get more momentum like a gravity loop. This shit just freaks everybody out the way you handle this ship. This takeoff is smooth as glass, but it's also frightening for the passengers. because you've taken off like a straight parallel upward but angle, and you're also trying to use the gravity to get momentum to match the vector of the Raggedy Rascal. And the Raggedy Rascal's at about 60. The Raggedy Rascal seems to have ignored any request by the starport to turn around. It's like it's like its radio's offline, like negative, we don't hear it. There's no response. It's just getting to jump point at this point.
Are they in weapons range?
Are they in weapons range?
We're too far away, mate.
Actually, let's see. You could fire a missile at them and it might make it before they hit jump, or you could try to do a pulse shot, but it would be extremely difficult. You could engage in combat if you want. And that would be yeah.
I think we could take a pot shot with a missile, see if we can disable them.
So you're going to launch a missile? All right. Give me a 2D with your gunnery skill. 2D plus 3 with your gunnery skill. 5 plus 3 is 8. This is difficult range. So the missile is launched. It's heading in their direction, but you're not sure at this point if you could make it. You have gained some initiative and some incentive, but there is something you could do. You're not exactly sure where it's going. Based on the vector and the course and the jump signature, it would take some sensor ability, a sensor roll. If you can have an idea where you think they might be jumping, I could use a sensor roll from.
Okay. What's my sensor?
Sensors would fall under computer. All of a sudden, little Miss Sandra Rogan says, I know computers too. Why don't you give me a shot at those sensors?
Okay. I don't know computers, so I think that's fine.
So are you going to let Sandra up in the board and she wants to get on the sensors?
I'm fine with that.
Oh, she picks it up exactly where it's going. And it's about ready to enter jump. I'm going to give me another roll. See, they're almost getting close to their jump range. You're catching up to them. You're in fast pursuit, but you haven't caught to them. But she's pretty sure, based on the course that they're taking, where the jump is, that they're definitely heading to Tea Garden Star. And the chances are if you jump right behind them, you'll be right behind them. You might even be able to arrive before them, depending on your jump. And right now, she's on top of the sensors. You're amazed. She's better at computers than you, Tack. She's jumped right into the sensor bay, sitting right next to Skunk. And then she again puts her hand on your arm. You won't regret this, taking me along, Captain Pilot. And with a flirty look at you in your eye. And you can't help but feel the attraction because she's just smoking like movie star hot. Tack, what are you doing?
I'm lying down in my bunk. No, I have no reason to be anywhere. The rest of the crew have lost their sense of proportions or their duty. They've got someone who does computers much better than I. I'm just along for the ride. Until they actually need me. And then I might decide what my cost is going to be.
Okay.
It's better that I don't do or say anything right now.
Okay. I want to see, Nate, give me another roll now. I'll see if that missile makes it. And this is a straight 2d6 roll. No. The missile, they engage the jump before the missile hits them. They never even turn to attempt to fire back at you. They disappear in a jump bubble. She goes, I got it right here based on the signatures. They're going to Tea Garden Star. This is the course. So now I would need Skunk to lay out the course.
And that's a 2d6 plus 2?
2d6 plus 2, yes. And I need to get into the setting. What do we have there? That's enough. It's only a 6. Yep, that's enough. The course is laid out. Now give me a regular roll and an engineering check.
So a 2d6 0 for the jump?
Yep, just a straight 2d6 for the jump. Fine, that's fine. And now the 2d6 plus 1, just you're checking over the engineering sensors, even though you don't have an engineer. Or, well, you can't tell, but the engines are still humming fine. So you're distracted, but you're all in jump space now for a week. You're able to gauge the jump. You set the course, and you believe your course, based on the information she gave you, is identical or close to it to that of the Raggedy Rascal. So he slipped up. These guys slipped up too. So you got a lead, you streetwise, where he left a little bit of a track behind, and now you're onto him. You weren't supposed to be onto him this quick, but obviously that Raggedy Rascal's not a legitimate ship because they didn't even consider stopping when they were being hailed. Yep, and we're coming closer to the end, so we're going to. How are you guys for another 15, 20 minutes or more?
Fine.
Yeah, sure.
I can take a quick break, a 5-minute break right now to get another soda and take a bathroom break.
Go for it. Go for it. Sounds good. A little break here. I'll be back myself quick. Yeah.
Oh. A use card. Oh. Yes.
All right, I'm back. Who else is here?
Yep, still here.
What do you think, Nate?
I'm back.
Okay. What do you think so far?
I like it. It's good.
I just need to do something about the woman.
Skunk's back.
All right, I'm back too.
Got me some eggnog.
Oh, really?
I went to the bathroom too, and I got some water here. I'm getting into this. I had a coffee, and even though I've been up since 4:30 in the morning, and it's like 11 now, I'm still like into this.
Oh,
yeah. I've had days where I've just, gamed for like 8 hours before. Those days are crazy. You go through like 3 settings.
Yeah. Yeah. Steve and I've been playing since 2013.
yeah.
Traveler, all of different variations. This is a derivative of Traveler, Cepheus Lite. And I'm kind of home ruled some things, but it is armor reduction, and we are playing it pretty close. Just a couple different little things that I tweaked. I was hoping you guys got surprised in that other battle, but so you had to roll with that. You could have got shot up pretty good. But anyways, so everybody's back?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right, we're on. So the weekend jump is pretty uneventful, but sure enough, Sandra is right with the captain. She is on you. and it's also you've gone there. I mean, she's staying in your room with you. She's doing whatever she can to stay in your good graces because she's on a vendetta. She wants this bath,
Or so
and she may.
says.
Yeah, she's using her woman prowess to influence you to keep on traveling with you for now.
And I do all I can to try and help her heal.
I bet you do. I bet you do.
I love that.
Such a
That's
caring
great.
person.
Just gonna keep working with the cannons over here.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm concocting some sort of medical stuff over here.
You're healed back up to par over this week. All your stats are back to normal from the medical rest.
I don't know about that, Jerry, because he hasn't got time to see me for me to take care of it. He's spending too much time healing the woman.
You've done the basics. It's just time now. You did the basics.
I show her my scars that I took trying to rescue her because I know that her kisses and tears healed like a magic salve.
And she saps it all up right into your hand.
Right.
Yeah. So you're having a very pleasant jump drive trip. From here.
It tests the firing mechanism.
I'm not regretting leaving the Navy.
Right. Jumping, yeah.
All right. So we're going to be coming out at Tea Garden. Let's see. And where is there's a planet on Tea Garden star named Shelby. Shelby has a Class D starport. The world is 5,000 miles in diameter. It has a 0 hydrographics and a 0 atmosphere. It is a vacuum world. There are hundreds of inhabitants. There's about 800 to 900 individuals that live on the world. Hold on. We've got the government here. I'm on the wrong page. Hang on.
So what type of position are we in to conduct an orbital bombardment?
What do you mean?
He's wondering. Right. I don't think it's the missionary position, but I think our friend over there can tell you a bit about that.
Actually, there's thousands of inhabitants. Excuse me. That's right. That's a 3. That's right. But it's still 3. There's thousands of inhabitants. It's a participating democracy. And portable energy weapons are prohibited, like laser weapons, but all other military weapons are allowed. But you're also RAC. You remember your RAC badge can help you bypass the law at some level. That's within the starport.
So we might be able to carry.
But we still have to come out a jump and see if we can catch them.
Yeah, you're not out of jump yet. You're just coming up with the information on Shelby. And it's a technology level 8. The technology on this specific world is more nowadays. I mean, it's probably dome cities or underground cities. It's it's United States aligned. It's a vacuum, low population, and it's cold. So more or less, Shelby is a rock around Tea Garden Star. And Tea Garden, there's a belt. There's no gas giant. There's an ice belt, and it's an M7V. So it's a larger red star. And there's just this rock that floats around it. And there's not much. It's pretty much not a lot there. And that's where he's supposedly going. Okay, based on your coordinates, though, you went based on what she gave you in the computer. Let's see. And you're about ready to gear to come out of jump. The week has passed. And you are nothing but smiles, Skunk. You're just on a cloud. And she's like, can I get you any tea? It's actually kind of making Tack a little annoyed. Oh, brother.
No,
How long
I'm
is...
not annoyed anymore. I know exactly what it is.
Just gonna keep maintenance in the cannons.
Maintenance in the cannons. Okay. All right. So we're coming out of jump. Give me a 1D roll. Pilot. 1D roll. The rascal was a red herring. 2. Skunk. Oh, okay. You come out of jump, but the jump was a full 7 days. It was a full. It wasn't just the 6-day or 5-day jump. And you believe that based on the coordinates, you believe that the Raggedy Rascal beat you here, and it might already be down in port.
I have either Cock or Sandra do a sensor check.
Sandra will do a sensor check for you. Tack is, unless Tack wants to. Are you up front, Tack, or no?
No, Sandra's in the chair. I'm not going to know that.
She can't detect anything at the time right now. So space is pretty clear and empty. There's no ships up in air. There's just this one city port on Shelby, which is basically a rock with one white spot of light, kind of bright, and that's where the habitat and the democracy or whatever it is. There's a small city of a few thousand people, and
I
that's
asked Cock if he wants to contact Shelby Control and give them the rack razzmatazz.
So he's calling you to the bridge. There's enough room for you to go on the bridge and give him the deal, Tack.
Okay, I'll call Shelby and ask them for a expedited passage down to a landing pad as we are chasing a known criminal in our 3 systems. Our number is blah 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 blah.
Rack officials. It's a Class D starport, so it's a rough, shitty facilities. There's only unrefined fuel available here.
That's all fine.
Poor quality installation. No repair facility or shipyard present.
Tack, ask him if the rascal has come in.
The Raggedy Rascals come in.
Well, I was asking that Tack to ask.
We'll do that. Yep. We'd just like to know there is a ship that was ahead of us called the Raggedy Rascal. That was a trader ship. We're just wanting to know what exact date it arrived and whether it put down on your landing pad.
Oh, that ship landed and it's here at this bay right now, right here.
Alrighty, and I've just rolled off my Omnicron to see if there are any mining stations in the system. And I rolled a 9.
Any mining stations
Mining
in
stations
system?
or mining efforts in the system.
There is some mining efforts. There's also an ice belt. They do a little bit of ice mining there.
Right.
There's freighters, and there's freighters that leave to go out to the ice belt. And what they do is because obviously there's no hydrographics on this world, so they launch large chunks of ice from the ice belt back to Shelby for water and air and to turn into oxygen and hydrogen for fuel and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, it makes it potentially a good place to go hide or get lost in. But cool,
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep, thank you.
So you guys are.
Well, they're hearing it's arrived and it's already on the station.
So you land.
How long has it been on station?
It just arrived about a day or so ago. I mean, it beat you. It jumped ahead of you. Its jump was a little bit quicker than yours.
Has any ship left since that ship arrived?
Ships left. There hasn't been much traffic here. We don't get a lot of traffic. Not since that ship's arrived. We just are ice freighters. that have gone in and back and forth. No, nothing
How
else.
how many ice freighters have left?
Oh, that's a constant. There's probably about 3 or 4. They rotate back and forth from the belt and bring large chunks of ice. You could probably see them in orbit. They launch them in orbit in blocks, and then we scoop them down with our shuttles and bring in chunks as we need it.
No, GM. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm trying to figure out. If any freighters have left the ground base.
Oh yes, there's been
Huh.
about 2 that have went outward to the ice belts, and 2 that have arrived since that ship has landed. She says to you, "I can give you those identifications if need be."
So, in the time that we have to, as we approach, either I or Talk or Sandra can just keep track of the 2 that are outbound in case they might, see where they go.
They're out of your range right now, but you could get the identification on them. So they're on their way to the outer belt. It's going to be a couple days for them to get there. But the freighters are moving at 1G, so they're slower than you. So you have time to land and potentially catch up to the freighter if you need to, the ice freighter. Okay. So you're landing? Are you landing? What are you going to do?
I agree. Yeah, let's land.
Okay, give me a pilot roll. 2D plus 3. Or 2, I mean, 2D plus 2. Oh, you're using your decks. Okay, that'll work. This one was a little bit rougher of a landing in the vacuum, but it was still smooth. I mean, you almost hit a chunk of ice in orbit, but you dodged it. It was close. You weren't thinking about it. It was kind of out of your range, but you land without an issue, and now you're docked. And sure enough, there's the Raggedy Rascal. And it's docked not that far from you. And it's basically a free trader. An older free trader, but with a beefed up newer jump drive. This is definitely an older free trader, but obviously they have a jump 2 drive in there now. It's been remodeled or revamped. The engines have been revamped with newer drives, but it's still your typical free trader. And it has 2 turrets, and it's been beat and patched up multiple times, and it's just parked there. Basically, there's craters, so you have to exit in vac, and this is D, so you just have these this crater there's this big large crater, and then the city branches off of it, and it has just several different marked spots to land. I mean, there's not much here, and you can have unrefined fuel, hydrogen that's just been de-iced, but it's not refined from the ice blocks to fill up your ship.
Now, GM, can we wear our cloth and reflective armor under our vac suit, or are those 2 different sets of armor?
No, you can only wear your vac suit, but combat armor works like a vac suit. So yeah, you can't wear your cloth. You could wear your you could wear your reflect under your vac suit, because you can wear your reflect under anything. You can't wear your reflect with the combat armor. You can only wear the combat armor. So Noah can wear his combat armor. Everybody
That
else
works.
would have to wear vac suits. But there's an entryway, and there's the ship, and it's definitely locked up. The Raggedy Rascals parked there. And it's beat up free
Let's
trade.
go to customs.
So you enter into the customs area. You enter through a tunnel, and it automatically pressurizes and depressurizes. And there's basically an underground city with domes that are on the surface and underneath, kind of similar to a lot of these moonlight type of places, except this one's definitely not as fancy. It's pressurized, but it's not as modern or as. There's a few thousand people here, and you reach the customs desk. Can I help you, sir? Welcome to Shelby. Is there anything we can do for you?
Tech shows of
Okay,
his
I got
age.
that. And what are you guys carrying with you? So you take your.
Tech just shows of her baggage. His baggage. Sorry, that's a bit early. Does it make a change in any way, shape, or form?
Oh, Rack. Yes. How can I help you, sir? What can I do with you? She looks at the numbers, runs it.
We want to see a list of the people who got off the rascal.
The Raggedy Rascal. Well, the captain's here.
No,
The
we wanna
captain and his
see
crew.
The official list, please. We'll
Sure,
check
here it
with
is.
Rightio.
There's a cat here, the 2 gunners, and a steward, and that's it. And then 3 passengers.
Okay, and the 3 passengers are.
And those names pull up a businessman from Earth, a miner, and an older woman,
Okay,
a maiden.
rightio. And the steward. What's his or her name?
I don't even know. I'm thinking Robert Smith.
Robert Smith. Rightio.
He plays for the Cure.
That's it. And she shows you pictures, and none of them resemble.
Of course they will.
Not one of them.
Can I use my deception to see whether or not I can tell whether somebody's wearing a disguise kit or something?
What's your deception skill?
1.
Difficult. 2D plus 1. Very difficult. From the pictures or the images, it would be very difficult.
And my mental stats don't give me a bonus, so we'll see what happens. 11.
Oh my! There is something about the old lady that looks off to you.
Mm-hmm.
She's a little too tall and a little weird. Nobody else noticed it from the pictures, but the woman doesn't look right.
Right, and her name again was?
Her name would be Melinda Harris, and she's like 70-year-old woman.
Right, and Melinda
and
Harris,
a maiden.
Where is she at present on station, or?
I have no idea. She may be at one of the hotels or whatever.
Can you put out a request to get a confirmation that she's staying at a hotel or in a boat?
Yes. Okay, Melinda. Yeah. We can pull that up for you. Give me a minute. She starts keying on the typeboard. Mm-hmm. Yes, she's at the equivalent of a Super 8 at the port here. I believe she's checked in. And do you want to speak with the captain of the?
I want to speak with the person who runs the hotel.
Oh, you'll have to go to the hotel to talk to them or call them.
Do you have a number?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Excuse me, we don't have the fanciest technology. You're going to have to, she says, put these codes into your comms. They'll work in our city, your comm units. So once you put those codes in, this is the number to call. Right. And you can call them on your comms. And she gives you those information. Any way I can help you rack officers out anymore? You rack agents.
My fellow officers may have other requests.
While he's doing this, I'm going to unload the mail.
Okay.
And see what kind of fuel I can get for the ship. And I'm going to actually ask that the Raggedy Rascal be just held here indefinitely for a little bit.
You want the Raggedy Rascal detained.
Friendly detained.
He says, okay, well, all of a sudden somebody says, what's the issue with detaining us for? All of a sudden, this guy, my name is John. I got to make up a name quick.
John Smith, the founder of Mormonism?
No. Oh. Andrew Wright. My name is Captain Andrew Wright. And why would my ship be detained? He says, after the ship's being detained, because you had that arranged. So you've got the ship being detained. And he says, why is my ship being? They're adding locks to the port's bay, and there's also some police presence now outside of the ship. What's the deal here? I'm the captain of this ship. Do you have an issue with me?
Oh, I don't have an issue with you, sir. It's just that one of your passengers may have come across some contaminants and be spreading them for safety reasons. We need to lock everything down right now.
One of my
We wanna get
passengers.
We want to get your crew checked out too.
That's why we're in vac suits.
What kind of shit is this? He's pissed.
Dangerous, weird alien shit that we don't understand yet.
He's pissed. So, okay, that's what's going on there. One of the things he says, yeah, I almost got shot down coming in here. For some reason, my sensors were out. I had no comms. On the way out of system. So he's...
Jeez, that's mysterious. I wonder if these are related issues.
So that's the only thing he tells you when he's being interviewed. His comm system was somehow cut. He had no comms. He had to rewire and repair them in the jump. But that might have been an issue.
I say to him, perhaps if your comms had been working, we could have caught this infectious agent before your crew was endangered.
Okay. So he says, okay, well, I guess I'm locked down. You can start interviewing my crew. In the meantime, was anybody else going to make a move towards that hotel, or what's going on with that?
Well, I say that we should. Yeah, I think we should definitely race to the hotel, man. I think we're hot on his trail, like Carmen Sandiego, man.
Okay. So you guys enter the hotel, and
I've rung them up before.
Sure.
So I just need to know. I've just got a couple of questions. I just wanted to verify that this woman is staying at his hotel, and does he understand what the RAC is and what the RAC stands for?
So you're going to tell him that? Yeah, I know what the RAC is.
Okay.
Yes.
And
yeah.
You'd want to be cooperating with the RAC at all possible.
Absolutely. I don't want to mess with the RAC. Absolutely not. No, Melinda Harris. Yes, Melinda Harris is checked in. Okay. In fact, she's in room 7 down the hall, I believe.
I need you to make sure that Melinda doesn't leave the hotel until we get there. You'll know us when you see us.
I can't. As far as last I seen, she was in her room.
Then you make sure she stays there. And I hang up.
Okay, he says, "So I don't know how I'm going to do that."
I know what you're saying because I've hung up.
Okay, you hung up when he was starting to say, "I don't know how I'm going to do that." Yep. So okay, you guys are on your way now. Now you're in an underground city, so you can either walk or you can rent a little golf cart. You can jump on a little golf cart thing and ride over there.
Unless we can run there faster, golf cart. Can we run there faster?
No, the golf cart will get you there quicker because it could at least go about 20 miles. So you all jump on. And what kind of weapons and armor are you carrying?
I've got my list there.
Yeah.
I put my list too.
Huh?
I got my list in chat.
Okay. Auto pistol, stunner, and Noah, what are you carrying?
Both my auto pistols and my hammer. Cloth armor.
Double auto pistols. All right. Okay. You get to the hotel. The guy's sitting there, and let me see. I'll roll the dice. And she said she's never left her room at the counter. She's still in her room, I believe.
I sincerely hope so.
Anyone else coming or out?
Just the other customers, the other clients.
How many?
2. An older man left just recently, and then a younger left a little while ago that's staying at the hotel.
Was the older man staying here too?
Yeah, actually, no, I don't think he was in a room. The woman is, though. He might have been a guest of someone's. He just sort of left about a minute ago.
What direction? Someone go check the room, and I'll go check the street.
Description.
Oh, older bald guy, kind of tall, broad shoulders,
Okay.
kind of
I
beady.
send, while he's doing this, I send if Noah. I say Noah, can you please go check room 7?
Noah goes check room 7.
Okay, the door is locked. You gonna kick it in, or did you guys ask for a key? Did you see?
Yeah, I'll kick it in.
Give me a strength roll. 2D. What's your strength? 13, right?
I believe so.
2D plus 2. You're gonna kick the door in, and you got both your pistols drawn. 6.
8.
That's an 8. That's a success. That's enough. You didn't kick. You had to kick it twice though, because it didn't come down the first time. You kick the door down. The door opens, and there is an old lady face and hair and dress laying on the floor.
Right.
The room is empty.
Well, that's a little bit disturbing.
And the Melinda Harris identification and stuff is there. The man who left had a backpack on his shoulder.
Yeah.
The older, yeah.
Well, if he said he just left a minute ago, which direction did he go?
Oh, I believe he went down the road that way, down the pathway, because it's an underground city type of
What color
hotel.
was the backpack?
He went to the left. Yeah, with the backpack.
What color was the backpack?
The backpack was gray.
Gray. This is consistent with his color.
All right, that's good. Let's file. Do you have a picture of the man? Does he have any camera?
He has a camera and the picture comes up. Steve, give me another deception roll.
No, not this one.
You can't tell anything, but it looks like a man. You're not sure if it's a disguise or what. You know, it's an older man.
I'll
Bald,
transfer
white
the
hair.
file, yep, to my Omni.
Yeah.
I'll transfer the picture, so I've got a copy of it.
So you do have a picture of him, but you can't really tell for sure of anything.
That's okay. Let's move. I'll yell for no.
So you start running down the little roadway at the underground tunnel.
We'll take the golf cart and catch up with the running guy.
Okay, you catch up and you're going down the road. Sure, all of a sudden you see that guy, and this guy takes off in a full leap. He's running now. It's that guy, and he sees the golf cart coming, and you guys coming up, and he takes off full blast running.
How far ahead is he?
Yeah, as soon as he's seen you,
Yeah.
it's the dude in the picture. He's running.
How far ahead is he?
He's only about 20, 30 meters.
I'm pulling out my auto pistol and I'm aiming for him.
Okay,
And I
you're
tell
aiming.
everyone else to get down. I yell out, "Get down!" and I open fire.
Okay, you're aiming, and what's the range? I said 20 or 30. Let me see.
One round.
Look at one. That's a +1 to aim.
Yep.
We're not going surprise because nobody's surprised, but you have first sequence. You have the first turn. Hang on a minute. We got to look at the gun weapons. And what is anybody else doing anything or no?
I think I'm driving.
You're driving, yeah. What about Nate? You're in the back?
Yeah, and I'd be attacking with my auto pistols as well.
So you stand up with the auto pistols and you pull them out?
Mm-hmm.
Auto pistol 10 you are still in effective range with the auto pistol. Believe it or not. No, actually you're up to 10. You're out of effective range, so you need a 10 or higher. You get a +1 plus your combat skill, and we get a -2, and he gets a defense roll. So you're firing because he's out of range. He's at 20 or 30 meters. You can only fire with your auto pistol at 10 meters. But the stunner, hold on a second. Stunner 2 would be out of range. You're still out of range till you get closer to him.
Could go rifle. Or wait, no. I don't have the laser rifle with me. I have the shotgun. Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let me figure out the totals on this. What is your skill?
I've got a skill gun level of 1. I've got a +1 for my dexterity and +1 for
2.
+3 altogether.
+3, and you need a 10 or higher with your +3. -2, you only got a +1 to this roll because his defense counts. So 2D +1.
12.
Oh, fuck. Roll 2D +1 damage. You hit him with the auto rifle. Let's see what he's wearing.
Auto pistol.
2D +1. You shot him.
Yeah.
For
remaining- ugh, 4 points.
Only 4 points of damage. Roll 1D.
It would be 5, 2D plus 1.
That's 5 points of damage. You're right. Roll 1D by itself.
Sorry. 6.
Well, that doesn't do anything because he's wearing at least cloth.
Mm-hmm.
He has at least cloth armor on underneath whatever he's wearing. So yeah, he was prepared for this, and he probably has his cred sticks. And he's tried to change identities a couple times, so he's departed and he's working his way somewhere. So that damn shot doesn't do anything. But Nate has both his auto pistols out, and he can take a stab at it now. You're all
sure.
closing in on range. So let me look at your character. Noah, you have gun combat. What do we got? Gun combat 1, plus you have a dex bonus of 1 is +2. And he has a minus. He's got a defensive 2 because he's got the dodge. You need an 8 or higher to hit him from that. Actually, you need a straight 10 or higher to hit him
Okay.
because of the range and his defense. But you get to fire twice in your actions because you got 2 auto pistols, 1 in each hand. So you can roll for that 10 or higher twice.
All right, let's see what happens.
That's a miss. That's a miss. He's too far away, and he's running, and he's about the corner. Now give me a drive roll to see if you can close the gap. And then he can turn around and see if he's going to turn around and fire on you. That would be Skunk to give me a drive roll.
Yeah, so that's a gravity vehicle, I get a +1. Can I use my dex?
Hold on, let me see. This would be drive 0, so you could use your just a straight 2D +2, and see if, because this is just a little thing. See if you can close the gap so that you're within the 10 meters of. But he's still running. He's about to turn a corner. And what did you roll? No, you can't. He's about to turn the corner, but before he does, he pulls out. This guy swings over and he has an auto rifle in his hand, and he's going to fire the auto rifle on you, and he has it in full auto. So he gets to fire 2d6 +2. You're at -2. I think it's a straight 8 or higher to hit you. You're almost in range now. Let me double check the auto rifle range. It's definitely your guy. You're about onto him.
200 is the auto rifle range.
Oh yeah, he's got the range. You're right. He's got the range, so he's no longer under penalty.
Yeah.
But your stats, you have a defensive 2, right?
Yeah.
And he has a hit of 2, so he can hit you. He can hit you at a straight 8 or higher. He gets 2 shots.
Mm-hmm. He's aiming.
He's aiming at the you guys. Period. It's auto fire. It'll hit one of you randomly. If it hits, that's a hit, and we're going to see who it hits now. 1, 2 is Tack.
Yep.
3, 4 is Noah. 5, 6 is Skunk. Tack just took 3D damage.
That's so cool. Damage, please. And my armor
That's
take it.
your armor absorbs all
That's
the
lucky.
bullets. That's really lucky.
Tacky.
Yeah, your armor absorbs the bullets, and now you are in successful range. And yeah, you can fire on him, or you tell him to freeze, or what?
Fire.
Fire 2. Okay, 2D hit. At this point now, you guys are within. You can jump off the cart and charge him. maybe hit him with the hammer, or you could charge him now.
Shooting the
But he
arrow.
still has an auto rifle in his
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
See,
And
that's 2D, but that's also -2 for his defense because he gets a dodge gun combat defense, so that's a miss. Now Nate gets to fire twice with his double auto pistols. You're still driving,
For my other action, I'm changing the shot.
Skunk. Okay. You're going to grab your shotgun next?
Yeah, next round I'll be shooting at the wall.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna throw down.
That's a hit. That's a hit. Those are both hits. 2D plus 1. Each hit separate. Do me a 2D plus 1 for the first hit. Remember, he's wearing cloth potentially, too.
Okay, there's
Now,
8.
that's 8. Now roll 1D, and then we divide it by 3. So we're at 8 points damage. 3 would be 2. So that's 9, 10 points damage. He took 4 points of damage. So he definitely did take that hit. Now roll the second hit because you double auto pistol and you're double tapping. So you're firing 2 rounds. That one is a complete miss. So it's 1, boom, 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 boom. 1 misses. Now you guys have partial cover, but he still has the auto rifle.
No. Well, he rolled the 2 hit, the 11 and the 8. You said both hit.
Oh, wait a minute. They did. So that's 4 points. I'm sorry. You're right. Those are 2 hits. I screwed up. I apologize. So 4 points of damage. Now another D6. And then we divide it. That's 5 points of damage.
Oh, my bad.
The 6. No. 6 is. Wait a minute. The 1 is only 1 point of damage. That's 6 points of damage. The second shot absorbed his armor absorbed the whole second shot. That's not enough damage. So, boom, 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 boom. Now he's got the auto rifle, and you can take another action, Jelly. Do you have your stunner, or you can swing up and shoot 2 now? You get a turn.
I would like to shoot with the stunner.
Okay, give me a roll. He also has defensive, so it's a straight 2D. You're shooting for 8 or higher with all the
Well, okay, don't I get 2 with my dexterity and 1 with the gun?
You do. You get 2D plus 1, 8 or higher, because he subtracts your 2 with his defense. So you get a 2D plus 1. You get a little bit of... Ooh! Roll 3D stunner damage. He already took 4 points. 3D stunner damage. Remember, stunner damage is temporary. It was 11. Okay. And 6 would absorb, so that's 5 points plus 4. Let me look at this guy's character sheet again. His real character sheet. All right. The one you don't see.
yeah, but he wouldn't be out because he'd be able to choose another state.
Yeah, so he
Come on,
took
Grace.
5 points of damage from the stunner, and he took 4 points before. He may be unconscious. I have to make an endurance check. And his endurance, are you still there? Let me see.
Yep.
We're going to make an endurance. And if not, he's unconscious. You can arrest him. If he fails this, he's unconscious. And I'm going to do it in front of you. And I'll tell you what his stat is based on it. He fails. He falls unconscious. You have your man. He's unconscious by the stunner. He's taken a little bit of bullet damage. None of you guys have taken any damage. He falls down. There he is. He fell down in front of you. The stunner blast by Skunk knocked him out.
Okay.
On top of the damage from Nate. You didn't even need to pull the shotgun. You have him alive. He's unconscious in front of you.
I put the handcuffs on him.
You pull off the bald mask. It's him. It's your man. It's Stanley Toro. The notorious Stanley Toro has been requisitioned. You have succeeded.
Yep.
And
How
you've
long-
recognized
Sorry, how long does the stunner take effect for?
he's out for about 10 minutes or so. And his endurance is going to come up to half stat. All the stunner damage will be wiped out because stunner damage is temporary. It doesn't kill. It's just made to knock you out.
Well, I also
So
have
Skunk did the right thing using the stunner.
hand
And you
gloves.
guys have apprehended your man. Take him back to the
Yep.
ship.
I want to put some more.
And where's your girl? She must have been somewhere else looking for something. She's not with you, or you left her at the hotel. but she's going to be wanting a piece of his ass. If you're going to let her or not.
I'm gonna just try and get him in a low berth right away.
Yeah,
And then
move straight away to get him incarcerated. We don't need to run any risks.
Okay. So you take him right back on board the ship, and he's looking around. Like, you can see he's already finagling. He wakes up and he's cuffed and he's on the cart. Who's anybody alongside him or anything? And anybody saying anything as he wakes
I
up?
would say that probably myself, and he's in between Noah and myself. He's wearing one set of handcuffs from Skunk and one set of handcuffs from me.
All right. So you get him back to the ship, and you're able to put him down in the low. I need a medical roll. You're going to check him. You do a little patch. We don't know. We'll say that Sandra was still at the hotel or investigating something else. You sent her on a goose chase, or she's dealing with. She might have been asking the Raggedy Rascal questions.
We just left her at the hotel. We took off in a hurry.
Oh, okay. She's still at the hotel. You took off without her, but she's going to want to be picked up. Or she's calling you on your comms. What's going on, guys? She all of a sudden.
I tell her that to meet us at the ship and that we got him.
You got him. I'll be there. I'll be there back at the ship. You're my hero. I'm so impressed with you. So she's on her way back to the ship.
She doesn't get to see him.
She doesn't get.
That's what I'm saying to the group. You let her into this room. You are easily letting someone the possibility of reviving him and getting the hell out of here. That's what I'm going to say.
And your response?
I agree. I say, can't we put a lock on the berth too, like some sort of mechanical lock?
I've got another spare handcuff. Have you got any more handcuffs?
I'm not going to handcuff her. I mean, unless she wants me to.
Handcuff below berth shut.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, the low berth, you have to. There's codes. There's security codes and stuff you can set up on that. He has to be thawed with medical attention.
I know.
You
don't know
and
what
it's
she is, though. Who knows? It could be his little hole in the pocket. Thing in the pocket. So.
Oh no,
I'll set up a whole long list of I'll double up all the codes.
The other thing you could do is just put him on ice and leave before she gets back, because you're already back at the ship with him, and you're ready to roll him into the ship.
Somebody else who probably would say no.
I'm not going to leave her. I'm not going to strand her. Like, I don't need to make enemies. But I can tell her that she can, maybe she can see him if someone goes along, that she can look at him and see him on ice. But for everyone's safety and for security reasons, she's got to be under escort if she goes back.
So you want to keep the low berth area locked off of her and not allow her access to that part of the ship,
unless someone actually goes in with her. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's to protect her just as well.
Okay, so he's still cuffed and awake, and you drive back to the port, and he's just looking, and he's down. He's like, he was so close to being away. Multiple disguises and multiple plans, and this was only one more stop. He was working his way to get away further. He looks up and goes, "How the hell did you track me?"
Eyes forward, I tell everyone. Eyes forward, because we are in the ship and we're putting him in the low berth.
Okay, you're putting him in the low berth now. He's okay. You need a medical roll from you. 2D plus 2, your medical roll. You're the doctor, science officer, tech. Your med is plus 2.
Oh.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm just... for some reason, the focus keeps on moving out of the D20 chat window.
Oh. Actually, that's 12. You got a plus 2. He's perfectly frozen. His vitals have been captured. You have him. You can take him back to Luna. You've got a couple jumps back to Luna. She sees him on ice, and she looks at you, Skunk, with that sad, mopey face. I couldn't have even at least confronted him before you put him on ice. That sorry bastard. Maybe I'll visit Tara. Can I go watch him in his prison cell?
You certainly can.
Will you take me back to Wolf 359? I have things to do there. She says, and so from this point, gentlemen, this is where we end the game. This is a one-shot. You captured him. You've requisitioned him. You'll be taking him back to the company. You have succeeded in tracking Stanley Torrell, Diddley alias Hacker. And at this point, I will put his actual character sheet. And you can get a view of what he really looked like since the game is over. So all players can see him.
Huzzah.
Show to players. Can you see him now?
Yep.
Elite rogue hacker criminal Stanley Torrell. This is your man. There was 300,000 credits in various credit sticks and some small pocket computers and some other various equipment and also disguise equipment. That backpack was quite extensive and makeup disguise kit type of things.
It's a pity that the backpack was lost in the fight.
Oh, yeah. You mean the 300,000 credit sticks?
The whole backpack.
Yeah. So you have them on ice, and you're on your way back. You've got 3 jumps back. You could take mail from Tea Garden back to Wolf, and get the mail from Wolf back to Earth. And from this point on, the game is over. Our 3 hours has went almost 4, but I think we had one hell of a good game. From there,
Yeah, that was
Steve,
fun.
you can shut her off.
Okay,